Lisa, listen.
No, you listen and actually respond to what is being said instead of listening to just
man. Dee Dee is wrecking this bitch, Lisa. Oh man. It's
Happy Monday,
fucking
everybody.
Unbelievable. He's wrecking
Welcome
her.
back to another episode.
Let me
I
make sure
appreciate
I
you all
got
for
this
tapping
set
in
up
as always. My name's Demetrius. I go by Dee Dee. And this is Dee Dee Got a Podcast.
Sure,
If this is your first time here, I appreciate you for being here, whether you agree with my position or not.
Audio,
you know, I'm still
mic,
appreciative.
Speaker.
And as always, please hit the like button on your way in. I do want to state for those of you, I've seen some responses across different platforms saying that this is a waste of time and I should just focus on the investigation. Let me tell you why I disagree.
Huh. Oh man, he wrecks this bitch.
Number one, in all honesty, I'm always a little baffled when it comes to this Charlie Kirk investigation. When a person takes the position that they believe what we've been told, or they sort of allude to the fact that they believe what we've been told, when from my perspective, there's so many gaping holes in this investigation. And when I spend about 90% of my videos over the past 6 months have been about the Charlie Kirk investigation, it's not because I cared so much or that I care so much about Charlie Kirk. It's because I believe the implications are a lot greater and a lot bigger than Charlie Kirk, right? I believe it was potentially tied to other things that was going on behind the scenes. And if you've been here, you know we've been through all the weeds over the past 6 months. But if I'm being honest, another reason this is important is because, and this is just, you know, showing some humility, maybe the people on the other side are right. Maybe they've seen something, maybe they've heard something that I quite do not understand or I haven't heard just yet. And typically how human nature works, we tend to find ourselves around people that believes in things the way that we do. Or we find ourselves maybe even subconsciously searching for somebody that agrees with us, right? And so from my position, I would like to do that, especially when a person is always open to a discussion or a debate. This may turn into a debate. And the last debate or discussion we had on this channel was with the TPUSA pastor, John Amanchukwu, or one of the pastors on the payroll of TPUSA. And that didn't turn out too well for him, as many of you all already know. Still respect him and his politics, but on this topic, we vastly disagree. And so in this particular case, I'm going to have a guest to come on, and she's been going back and forth with a couple of people, Baron Coleman. I know she's been attacking Candace, and she's pretty passionate from her position. And so with that, I'm going to bring her onto the platform, and we'll jump right into the discussion.
Hello. Wreck this bitch.
Do you go by Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, Lisa. I'm Demetrius. Feel free to call me Demetrius or Dee Dee or D, whichever works better for you. I'm totally fine with that. And yeah, I'm gonna just jump right into it so that we're not wasting people's time, so that I don't misrepresent you, Lisa. Do you mind just sort of well, I guess the easy ways. I'll ask you this question. Do you believe that Tyler Robinson was the person
to wreck this bitch?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be great. This is going to be very great.
Oh, man.
I am going to sort of, if it's all right with you, Lisa, I'm going to sort of give an opening statement before we hop right into it. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So if this was a court and we were two attorneys, just let me know if you disagree with this, but I would by default be the defense attorney and you will be the prosecution. As to say, you are looking to prosecute Tyler Robinson and I will be looking to defend Tyler Robinson to some extent. And I only say by some extent because I'm not saying that Tyler Robinson is totally innocent, but the very things that we were told about Tyler Robinson, I do not buy it. But if we are going to treat this like a court session, then if we were two attorneys and I was to see you in the hallway, so off the record,
this is one of the best.
I would literally say to you, I believe Charlie Kirk or the
ever.
Charlie Kirk event, which is the way I refer to it, was a Freemasonic ritual. But again, that's off the record. I understand that it's not something you can walk into a courtroom and sort of present as your argument or your defense. I understand that. But that is what I would say to you off the record. And it's pretty obvious to me that it was a Freemasonic ritual, but that's a conversation for another day. On the record, I would say this. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is not about headlines.
I love this.
It's not about speculation. And it's not even about what anyone thinks may have happened. It's about one thing and one thing only. Whether the government can prove, or Lisa in this particular case, can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that my client, Tyler Robinson, committed the crime he is accused of. That is the highest burden in our justice system. And it exists for a reason. Because when the stakes are this high, guesses, assumptions, and incomplete stories are not enough. Over the course of this video or this trial, you are going to hear a lot from Ms. Lisa. But when you listen closely, you will notice something important. Gaps. Gaps in the timeline, gaps in the physical evidence,
Lisa don't know shit.
gaps in the identification of the person responsible. You will see that key pieces of evidence are either missing, unclear, or open to more than one interpretation. You will hear that certain conclusions were reached before all the facts were fully examined. And you will learn that alternative possibilities were not thoroughly ruled out. I mean, she may, point to some evidence, but you will have to ask yourself, does it conclusively prove who actually committed this act, or does it simply raise more questions, like all the questions that we've had? Because in a courtroom, questions matter. And if at the end of this case, you are left with reasonable questions about what happened, about who is responsible, about whether the evidence truly adds up, then the law requires only one verdict, not guilty. Tyler Robinson does not have to prove anything to anybody. He does not have to explain anything away. The burden never shifts to him. It stays at all times with the government. And if they cannot meet that burden, if they cannot eliminate reasonable doubt, then your duty is clear. At the end of this video or at the end of this trial, we are confident that you will see the evidence does not meet that standard. And when you do, we ask that you return the only verdict that the law allows, not guilty. So with that, I would like to start off with a question. What is it that has made you so definitively convinced that Tyler Robinson did this?
It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that we have no substantial evidence to support any of the other theories that have been put out there. Over the last 6 months, it's been a consistent, steamroll of information that's being put out. I'm not going to sit here and cosplay a trial. We're not lawyers. You're not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, unless you have a legal degree that I don't know about. But at the end of the day, as someone who debates topics, I kind of think that this is ridiculous, but also.
But bitch, you also think that Baron Coleman is a low IQ motherfucker who has no clue what he's talking about, and you wouldn't go debate an actual lawyer. So here you are debating Dee Dee, and he's wondering, what do you have to actually prove that Tyler Robinson is the one that took this man down out that day? And this bitch gets my fucking blood boiling because of her lack of just knowledge. And then the way that she handles this, it is hilarious. Dee Dee is a fucking master. I love it. He does such a good job.
I'm not feeling the greatest, so I'm not in the best mood. I'm just going to admit that to you right now. This is not my best self. At the end of the day, unless you have something to present that is substantial to tell us that we can go in another direction outside of Tyler Robinson, what the state has provided in that charging document, you cannot put something on a charging document that doesn't exist. You cannot hold a man behind bars
He is
just for
just
shits and
waiting.
giggles. That's not how this works. At the end of the day, there's a very real system here and a real process that has been working in this country for hundreds of years. Is it
That's it.
perfect? No. But typically, most of the time, it works the way that it should.
This girl's a
Unless
fucking fool.
you can get, like you said, enough reasonable doubt, and then you get a Casey Anthony or you get an OJ Simpson. And is that truly what you want to happen in this situation? That if this man truly pulled the trigger and you're wrong, are you okay with him being able to walk because of the circus that has been created online?
No, but let me address something. You said that it's not fair because we're not actual attorneys. Well, Lisa, the reason why I started off the way that I did is because the man is actually on trial for real. It's not like we're just saying somebody that they haven't
Absolutely.
arrested.
But what expertise do you have in the legal system?
None.
Have you taken a single law class?
Nope.
Nope, me neither. I'm not
Nope.
going to sit here and try to be something that I'm not. At the end of the day, I am not a legal expert. If you want to talk to
You sit on Gary's show every fucking day and pretend that you're somebody you're not. You sit on Gary's show every day, live streaming Candace, live streaming Baron, shitting on them both for asking questions, shitting on them for wondering why the FBI didn't do their job. And oh my God, just wait till you hear what she says about Joe Kent.
a
And
legal
oh,
expert,
this
you
is
need to get
fucking
Andrea Burkhart or
unreal.
somebody like that on your show.
The problem is, Lisa, you don't actually
No,
care
again,
if
but
somebody's
my
a
question
legal
is,
expert.
what do you have after 6 months of this rigmarole that we've had online?
Rigmarole.
What do you have to substantiate that there is like another finger that we can point somewhere outside of Tyler Robinson?
Got you. All right. So, Lisa, again, you don't actually care if somebody is a legal expert or not because you're actually arguing with attorneys that take the position that I'm taking. So you don't actually care about that. So don't pretend that you do. Second of
No,
all-
that's not what I said. I said I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am a legal expert or have any legal
But somebody
experience
with
that
a
I
legal
do not have, and you should not be doing so either.
That's fair. But what I'm saying to you is, but the people that are, you also have a problem with their position.
I do, because even with the law, there's obviously different opinions, but Baron Coleman is not connected to this case in any way, shape, or form. And he's also financially benefiting off of this narrative that he's spinning. So no, I'm not
Oh
going to
man.
take someone.
Her and her little buddy, her little shills, the little Philly shillies. They are so mad that there are other people out there that are like, they sat there the other night and ragged on Baron for the money that he made from super chats alone. They went over how much money he took in from super chats alone. Not her, the other girl, the black woman that he had on the show, the Candace wannabe, the Timu Candace. They sat there and ragged on Baron for the super chats that he was getting and all these people that are sending them money. And literally the girl was like, oh my God, come on, people. My people need to step it up a bit and start sending me some super chats like that. Like, they are so butthurt that people are actually doing the work that the FBI should be doing and has not done. Let's get that clear. They have not done. And they're mad that people out there that are investigating it are making money off of this. But people appreciate the questions that they're asking. People appreciate that they're being a voice for the people like me who don't have a huge platform, who don't have the fucking means to ask these questions and the connections to the upper echelon of the government to be asking these kind of questions, okay? That's why they get the super chats that they get. No other reason. They're actually doing the work the FBI should be doing. And people respect that and appreciate it.
Who's financially benefiting and is in Candace Owens' pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. Baron is
I can't argue with that
Candace's
because I don't know if
pocket.
that's true. That may be true. I don't know.
He literally said on his podcast last night that he was on the phone with her. So what do you think? She plays his clips on her
They're
show.
friends.
It's
They
very clear
talk.
that they are in cahoots with one another.
They both care about finding the truth. They're in cahoots with one another. But you guys aren't in cahoots with TPUSA, right? Come on, Lisa. Lisa, you don't know shit. This fucking bitch, man, she makes my blood boil.
Got you. So
Dee
do you
handles
find
it
it a
so
bit
well.
suspicious that people have foreknowledge about what happened to Charlie? Let's start there.
Where is the proof that somebody had foreknowledge
A month
outside of
before
Tyler
everything
Robinson
happened.
and Lance Twiggs?
Okay. This here.
Get her, Dee Dee, get her. Get her, Dee Dee, get her.
What is this man talking about here? How would he know this? Why would he say this?
What are we pointing at here? Explain
Girl-
this. I've never even seen this before.
Okay, so this is Harrison Smith. He works with A. Jones. I'm not allowed, I can't say his name on YouTube, but what is it called? InfoWars. A month before,
Okay.
or a couple of months before, Harrison Smith tweets this. To this day, he won't tell us who told him this. Who was the person around Charlie Kirk that said this to him? Not to mention, it's been said multiple times. I'm going to try not to do the hearsay.
He
thing.
says, I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. Okay? This is the whole anonymous source thing that is absolute garbage. Again, if you're not willing to go on record and show your face, and you're saying that you have information that is going to get Charlie Kirk killed in a couple of months, or at this point, this was posted on, was this August 25th?
August, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me move the banner. This was August 13th.
So August 13th. So you have evidence that Charlie Kirk is potentially going to be killed.
So a month
in
before he died.
A matter of, what was that, 3 weeks? In 3 weeks, Charlie Kirk is going to be killed, and you're not going to go on record or like do anything to
I believe he said he reached out to the FBI actually, and they never got back to him.
try to help this situation, other than put out some like anonymous random slop on the internet with no backing and no proof of anything. This is not
Random
proof.
slop.
Lisa, you're sounding like us. Welcome to our side. This is the same question that we're asking. The words that you just spewed didn't actually do anything to help your case. These are the things that we're saying. This is a real tweet. That's what matters. Tyler
This
Robinson
tweet does not
wasn't the
matter.
person. Do what?
This tweet does not matter. Again, this is an anonymous source of, I was told by
By the way, she's a Zionist.
somebody that knows Charlie
Girl, you
Kirk
gotta be
that
better
this
than
thing
this.
is going to happen.
You got to
No.
be better than this. Like, we just read a tweet
She's
a
not.
month before. I would understand if you say the tweet isn't real. I'm with you on that. I'm showing you a
Great.
real
Is-
tweet,
is
and you're
Harrison
saying I don't care about
connected
it.
to Charlie Kirk? Does he know him personally?
Yes, he
Did
does.
he hear this
Yes.
information from him himself?
The answer is yes.
No, he didn't. That's not what he's saying right here.
No. The question you just asked was, does he know Charlie Kirk?
He literally says, I'm not going to name names.
Lisa,
Okay.
Lisa, the
Again,
question you asked
If
me
you
was,
have a real belief that Charlie is about to be killed in a short period of time, why are you not going to name names? That
Lisa,
right out of
you've
the
already
gate is
asked that
suspicious.
question. Lisa, you've already asked that question. I have the same question. That's not helping you. Listen to what I just said to you. Listening is a virtue. This is a real tweet. This is a problem. Right. You asked, does he know Charlie Kirk? I'm telling you the answer is yes.
Bitch.
Great.
That's not the
But
answer
we
you
don't
wanted.
have a source.
Why does that even matter?
It
Right?
absolutely
Not for this
matters. In the
conversation.
world of journalism and reporting, having a source that's willing to go on record when you're saying a man is about to lose his life and you take that claim seriously, you're going to go on the record. This whole,
No,
I'm not going to
I-
name names, but somebody told somebody that's a third cousin to Charlie Kirk that he's going to die is
Lisa, let's
absolutely
say-
absurd. And this is the ridiculousness that we've been dealing with.
Got you. All right. So, Lisa, let's say Harrison lied here. Let's say he lied. How was he able to put this out, make up a lie? He's a credible person. He's connected to these people. Charlie ends up deceased a month later. How?
Cool. So where's the
Cool.
tweet where he reveals
She's
the
so
source?
dumb.
Then after Charlie was killed, and he's like, "Oh my God, I was correct. So and so told me. Here's the rest of the information that I never provided before. Where is it?"
You're looking bad, Lisa. I'm just going to tell you.
Not
this
that
now.
bad yet.
No, I'm
Didi.
not, bro.
So-
Again, where's the follow up from this?
He hasn't provided it. I'm with you. You and I
Of
agree
course
on
he
that.
hasn't. Of course he hasn't. That's
But what does that
not a
mean, though?
coincidence.
So because he hasn't revealed it, that means what?
Charlie actually ends up taking a bullet to the neck, and he has
Mhm.
not followed up.
Answer
Not
the
even to
question I
say
asked
that
you.
he's
So
spoken
listen.
to police or law enforcement.
He
Got you. I'm with
I
you.
tried.
find that
They didn't
suspicious.
reach
I
out
find
to
that very
him.
suspicious. I agree. I'm totally with you. But my question to
Or
you
the
is,
entire thing was BS to begin with. I don't know.
that's a whole different conversation. Then we'll be on the same page.
Oh man.
But that's a different conversation. What I'm telling you is the tweet is real. But here's my question to you. Let's say he lied. What would that mean, though? It doesn't help your case because the man still actually passed away, right?
All that means is that he lied. And again, we don't have any follow-up saying that he spoke to law enforcement or he filed an official report or anything.
So
why, again, if you truly believe that Charlie is about to be killed, why would you not follow up by submitting a report with the correct authorities? And if you posted this 3 weeks prior and then he actually ends up dying, why would you not come back and say, oh my gosh, I was actually correct on this.
He has done
filed XYZ with the FBI or, you know, law enforcement in Utah, or I made a report to the Utah police, or I don't know, anything.
So everybody in the chat is saying that he did go to the feds.
I don't care what the chat is saying.
Okay, well, fine.
Find the tweet.
This is what I can't tell you about Harrison. Harrison has been confronted about this. Candace went live on Twitter like a few months ago. He joined her live and we confronted him on live about it. It was like, bro, why won't you tell us who told you that? But here's the problem, Lisa. It doesn't matter if he reveals it or not. I wish he would.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he also said that he reached out to the FBI and they didn't contact him back. Like, they didn't even do a follow-up or nothing. So
it's very weird that he won't. It's very suspicious. But it doesn't change that he put it out. Tyler Robinson wasn't the person that told people that.
Tyler Robinson absolutely was telling people
No,
that.
he wasn't the person to tell the people that was around Charlie Kirk.
Great.
Right. Okay.
I don't think that anybody told anything that was near Charlie Kirk. I think that the whole thing is just the same anti-Semitic trope that we've been seeing for 2 years now, since October 7th, that Israel and the Jews are to blame for everything.
Anti-Semitic tropes.
So
it's an
Andrew
anti-Semitic
Kovett,
trope.
Charlie was under a lot of pressure. We know that for a fact.
No, we
Do
don't.
you have
No,
any
we don't. I
opinion
knew it.
about
I knew he
why
was gonna
Andrew
fucking say
Kovett
that.
would not reveal the text message thread about Charlie Kirk being under pressure and deciding to leave the pro-Israel cause?
I haven't even seen this whole debate. I saw up until like 3 minutes ago, and I already felt like Dee Dee was wiping the fucking floor with this bitch. And I bet you he is about to demolish her.
Why do you think he wouldn't reveal that until Candace revealed it?
He said why he didn't want to release it publicly. Did you listen to his statements? Because
I
he told
did.
you.
What do you think about that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. When you're dealing with an investigation that is ongoing.
Let's be consistent. What we just said about Harrison Smith was,
She
brother,
doesn't
you
know
had
how.
information about something. Why aren't you going to reveal it? Same thing
Yeah,
goes to Andrew
and
Kovett.
you have Andrew Kovett saying, I went to a top-ranking government official who can get this into the hands of the people who are a part of this investigation, and I gave it to him in confidence to give it to who it needs to go to.
Lisa, why do you think he gave it to him?
That's way more than this random Harrison dude.
Got you. Hey, Lisa, here's a great question. Why do you think Andrew Kovett gave that to Joe Kent?
He told you why he did.
Why? Tell me. I want you to tell me.
Because he wanted them to have that for the investigation. He
Why
thought
would
that
they
was
need
an
that?
important piece of information for them to look at.
Right. What about that text message thread was important? What was it that Charlie said that was important? That Andrew Kovett thought it was so important. Now, don't lose your tongue now.
She's
Why
too
was
much
it
of
so
a
important?
Zionist to even say it.
Again, he said that he wanted to give them everything that was available
I heard
and
that
look
part
at
already.
every possible opportunity or stone that could be looked at.
Right. I'm not talking about all the other stones. Let's focus on this one stone. Why did he think that this text message thread was important to Charlie Kirk's assassination? Why?
We saw one snippet of the thread.
Lisa, right.
Candace Owens focused in on the portion that she wanted you to see. We don't know what else was in that thread. On
Andrew
why he
Kovett, that's the
submitted
only
it.
thing they
He's
shared.
never told us that.
No, Lisa, I'm asking you. Why would Andrew Kovett give that to them? We
Yeah, I
both know
what
the
you're
answer. You
trying
just
to
don't want to
do.
say it.
You're trying to back me against the wall with a gotcha because of
I want you to be
the-
honest.
of the frustration that he was having with donors.
Yeah. Is that important?
Zionist donors.
Sure. To show that there were donors that had animosity towards him at that time. But that
Right.
his response to it is not the issue. This isn't the gotcha that you think it is, bro. You can take that smirk off of your face.
You
But at
just
the end of
admitted
the
that Andrew
day-
Kovett thought a text message thread where he was complaining about his donors was so important that he sent it to the government so that they can investigate it. We both know what that means.
Great. And it was found to be a nothing burger. Wonderful.
Oh
Can we
my
move on now?
god.
It wasn't. Joe Ken
Found
has
to be
not
a
shut up about
nothing
it. What are you talking
burger.
about? Joe Ken is talking about it right now today.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah,
bitch.
Joe Kent is a psychopath, but okay.
What makes him a psychopath?
He's been incredibly inconsistent. He's
How?
all over the place. He has done a complete 180 on like all of his views, along with everybody else in this equation.
I'm waiting to hear where he's a psychopath. What about the things he's saying?
That's my opinion.
Right, and I heard that. So tell me why.
Again, he has completely changed his entire perspective on this from front to back.
That's not making somebody a psychopath. If you are supporting Trump, then
Okay.
Trump then does
A
something.
shill, bought and paid. I don't know.
Bought and paid for by who?
Most people don't do a complete 180 on all of their views in a very short period of time unless there's incentive to do so.
Okay, let's get this straight, bitch. When somebody is told, when someone's running a campaign and they are told, no new wars, I'm gonna release the files, we're gonna protect these children, we're gonna obliterate the deep state, we're gonna rebuild this over here, the FBI, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then they do a complete 180, don't you think that the people that voted and put him in power have every right to do the same? Okay? Does that make me a psycho that I don't support Trump anymore? That I think that he's a PDF and that is clear as day that he is listed in those files more than anybody else? Does it make me a psycho that I no longer support him because he's literally putting our troops on the ground to fight someone else's battle? Does that make me a psycho? Lisa, you must know. Lisa knows. She knows. This fucking bitch. She don't know shit, dude.
What did he do a complete 180 on?
Supporting Trump, the Iran war, MAGA.
He still supports Trump. In the Tucker interview that he gave the other day, he didn't say anything bad about Trump. He still said that he still supported him, but he cannot stand by this decision to risk our troops for someone else's war in another country and so on. And this bitch.
Supports Trump.
His entire political position.
No.
pretty much.
Don't speed talk. Let's break this down. He supports Trump today, currently. What you just said is a lie. He said nothing but
He
nice
obviously
things about
is
Trump.
not, because he left his administration, meaning that he is severing himself from the administration because he no longer stands in support of the administration. Based off of the
Wrong.
letter
Because the administration turned their back on the American people. What Joe Kent did was admirable. What Joe Kent did, he's a true American patriot for stepping down from his position because, first of all, he was not allowed to investigate something. He is the counterterrorism person, and was shut down from actually investigating counter-terrorists like foreign adversary, foreign ally, counterterrorism, something that he thought that should have been looked into. He was shut down. Okay, so that probably really pissed him off. And then for someone that lost his wife overseas for another country, he had every right to do what he did. And I respect him. I appreciate him. And I think that Joe Kent, 2028, here we come, baby.
of resignation that he gave to the public,
Yep.
he is not standing with the Trump administration. Therefore, he is not standing with Trump himself. So
Lisa,
no, that's not
Lisa.
what he said.
Lisa, lies. He supports Trump. He does not support Trump's decision with the Iran war. He's made this clear in the letter. He's
Right.
made it clear
You
in his
don't
interview.
leave an entire administration based off that one thing.
That is a pretty big thing, girl. What are you talking about? That's a
No.
pretty big deal.
There have
I
been
love
multiple
Didi.
people that have worked in administrations that disagreed
Love
with
him.
certain decisions that the president has made.
Of that magnitude. and a
But
lot
they
of
have
people
no
don't a
spine,
spine or a
and they
backbone.
know that exactly what is happening to Joe Kent right now. He is being attacked by every fucking person that is still the pro-Israel, pro-fucking, they're all Zionists, and they're like literally, are you kidding me? What he did was definitely respectful. I appreciate him.
Great.
and
Even
I
Charlie
admire
Kirk
him.
himself did
We're
not
putting boots
agree.
on the ground now. That's a
Just
pretty.
stand by somebody that you don't agree with, but you stand by them because you're afraid of the backlash you're gonna get. That makes you a little pussy ass bitch, okay? And for Joe Kent to sit there and just keep his mouth shut and stay quiet would make him complicit in every single person that we've already lost to death over there. Okay? Lisa, you should know this, Lisa. You know. Lisa knows.
Big deal.
Himself did not agree with the bombing that happened over last summer in June, I believe, right? But he said, at the end of the day, I defer to Trump because I know him as a person and I trust his judgment to lead this country.
He thought
A
he knew
man
him.
who is actually working in the administration should be able to do the same if he's a professional, and he's not a professional. And the way that he conducted
Wrong. If you're a professional, then you do what he did. Okay? Anyone that's in the administration, they're professionals, should be able to just stay and be complicit with whatever that Trump says just goes. Are you fucking stupid?
himself in that letter was not ethical, nor was it professional. And so at the end of the day,
This
he
is the
clearly-
problem with every single person in Gary Melton's chat. All the 500 live streamers, all the 500 fucking people in his audience while he's live streaming. This is their problem right here. They are fucking brain dead. They are so brainwashed and manipulated and probably bought and paid for. They're probably in the 7K club. They're working hard for them checks, dude. They are. It's clear as day.
He does not support the administration. I don't know how you're going to sit here and say that he supports the administration when he left because of a disagreement with the administration.
Hey, Lisa.
It was more than that.
I read the letter. He was extremely respectful. Didn't say a
It was
single
way
bad
more
thing
than
about
that.
Trump. Still has yet to say anything bad about Trump. What do you think about that?
Again, the letter I get, you can be respectful while still being unprofessional.
How was he unprofessional?
Okay, what does this have to do with Tyler
Because
Robinson
you're
didn't
lying.
pull the trigger? Like,
It has
what
a
are we
lot
lying.
to do with it because he thought that there were other things that needed to be investigating, including that might involve foreign nations being involved in Charlie's, and he was shut down from investigating that, Lisa. Okay, that's a huge deal.
Okay, fair enough.
This
fair
is a
enough.
waste of time. I'm leaving in 30 minutes. So,
Okay, got
like,
it.
do you want
You're
to
a
get to
waste
your
of
point,
breath.
or do you want to
Yeah.
hash out why he left the administration?
People
that
like
he
this
clearly
make me
doesn't
so
support?
angry.
So Joe Kent was blocked from investigating further the Charlie Kirk investigation.
She's gonna say no, he
by Cash
wasn't.
Patel's FBI. Why would they do that?
Because it's not his job.
That's not how it works. He's the director
Yeah,
of the national.
No, that's not in his job description. He didn't stay in his own lane. So yeah, you're going to not have access to an investigation that's literally not under your job duties.
Okay, so Tyler Robinson. Let's move on. Tyler Robinson
Didn't
took out
stay in his
Charlie Kirk,
lane?
according to you. Did he do it alone?
You have never answered my initial question,
Okay,
which
what,
is
what question?
if Tyler Robinson didn't pull the trigger, then what other evidence do you have to support that we can look in another route and take that seriously?
We're about to go through them right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
drop
let's
it like
go.
it's hot,
Yeah.
Dee Dee. Drop her like she's
So,
fucking dumb.
You believe that Tyler Robinson acted alone? So somebody
Drop
got
it,
to
drop her.
explain to me,
Wipe the floor with her.
George Zinn. Does George Zinn work with Tyler Robinson?
No.
Should he be on trial with Tyler? Why would he stand up immediately? And hold on one sec. Why would he
Dee
stand
Dee,
up immediately
Wipe the floor with
and act
her.
as a decoy
Do it. Can't wait.
if he had nothing to do
It's
with
gonna
it?
be
Here's
great.
the video.
It's gonna be great.
This is him right in the
Yeah,
middle of
I've
everybody.
seen
He's
it.
look-
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen him
Yeah,
get
but-
arrested.
For the people who have not,
She's so
everybody
arrogant,
else is
dude.
running.
So
He
arrogant.
does not. He stands up.
Lisa knows.
immediately puts
she
his
thinks
hands
she
up in
fucking
the air.
knows.
I did it.
She don't know.
You only do that
anything.
to distract.
Correct.
Why would he do that?
Because he's mentally ill and he has a history of being a distractor. He has a history of doing that exact thing.
I'm confused here. Somebody was just shot. You don't run.
Mhm.
You stand up and distract because you had nothing to do with nothing, but
This
because you're
bitch.
just crazy. This alone
He is a
proves something
mentally
else is going
ill
on here.
individual. The police have investigated him because of his insanity, and they found that the man is severely mentally ill and he has a history of doing this exact thing. So,
Lisa,
yeah, it
you're doing a
clearly is
horrible job.
pattern for him. This is a man who looks at child sexual abuse content for funsies. He is mentally
For
deranged
funsies.
and mentally ill.
So that's why he has.
has a pattern of doing this exact thing. That
Right.
doesn't mean that he's connected to any of this, and you cannot show that he is like in cahoots with any of these people.
Right.
So
right. So the Tyler Robinson footage. Why don't we have footage of him actually taking the shot, Lisa? And why are you not
Because
skeptical?
we haven't had a
This girl's
trial
making me
yet,
chew my
Stevie.
fucking fingernails.
We don't need a
off.
trial to see them pulling the trigger. That
Oh.
makes no sense. That helps the
Absolutely.
prosecution.
You think that the prosecution is going to put all their cards on the table immediately? No. We haven't even gotten to our pretrial hearings yet. The next
How would that
the
hurt
next
them?
hearing is April 17th, and it's to still determine whether or not camera and audio can be in the courtroom.
Okay,
We have not gotten there yet.
got you. So let's make sense of this. Tyler
It's so
Robinson
mad. It's so funny.
got onto the roof of a building with a 30-06 that cannot fit in his backpack. That
I
cannot
think the
fit down.
people, when you ever notice, like when people blink a lot, really, really fast, I think they are the Mortal Kombat Ultra ones, especially when they're like, they blink so much. They're under Mortal Kombat Ultra,
On his pants
in my opinion.
with him to be able to walk up the stairs. We don't have footage of him on the campus at all. The story goes, Tyler Robinson got onto the roof. There's no footage of that. We only see footage of a person
Look
running
at her.
off the roof. But wait, hold on one second. He gets onto the roof. He assembles a 30-06 in record timing. He takes a shot and hits Charlie on the first try.
Oh, she must be getting messages from Gary Melton telling her what to say, and you're doing great. Keep going. You're doing great. You're making him look like a fool, Lisa. You're doing so good, Lisa. Keep going. I guarantee that's what's going on right now. Gary probably just texted her.
I want to remind everybody, Tyler Robinson is cross-eyed. He hit Charlie on the first shot. Then he disassembles the weapon in the even faster record timing using the screwdriver.
So you already lied.
Hold on, wait,
So
I'm
based
not
off
done.
of the
Someone-
charging
Then he gets, I'm
document,
not done. Hold
you
on,
already
wait.
lied. You said that we don't have surveillance of him on campus. That's complete BS. So
All right.
according to the charging document, we absolutely do.
Where? Where?
Literally, it says, let's
You don't
see,
know what you're talking
UPU
about.
Surveillance camera first captured suspect walking across a grassy area north of Campus Drive at approximately 800 West. Suspect walked south through the parking lot and approached a pedestrian tunnel that runs underneath Campus Drive. Before entering the tunnel, suspect paused at the top of the stairs and pulled out what appeared to be a cell phone from his right pocket using his right hand at approximately 11:53 hours. Let's see. We've got surveillance captured suspect making his way towards the Luze Center at approximately 12:02 hours. Suspect was recorded walking at the north side of the Luze Center building, walking with the same gait as observed earlier. Suspect entered the Luze Center building through a set of doors on the southeast corner of the Luze Center building at approximately 12:15 hours. Suspect was observed walking up the center building. I mean, it just continues and continues and continues. He 100% is put on campus on this document.
Got you.
You're
Hey, Lisa,
completely
I'm about
and
to
totally
respond to you
lying.
now. Got you. I'm about to respond to you now. Now that you've read words, I'm going to repeat my original statement. We have no footage of Tyler Robinson on campus anywhere. There's no
Yes,
footage.
we do.
What was he wearing?
When they literally were looking for him,
What was he
that
wearing,
was
Lisa?
taken on campus.
What was the color of his shirt, Lisa?
I believe he had on a black shirt with like an American eagle and a flag on it.
That was not Tyler Robinson. That's been
It-
debunked multiple times.
That
No,
was
that
not
has
him,
not
no.
been. Where?
Multiple
Provide
times.
evidence. Provide evidence.
I can show
Multiple
you a
times. Plus, a friend of mine built a AI platform for facial recognition software, and that was determined to be 99.99999% not the same person, Lisa.
side by side. We don't have to go to the evidence yet. I can show you a
Yeah,
side
no,
by
you
side.
made
It's
the
not.
claim. You made the claim.
Got you.
Provide evidence that that is not Tyler Robinson, because
Got
his
you.
own mother said that that was Tyler Robinson. His
No, she
mother
didn't.
is the one who
No, she
identified
didn't.
him from that
No-
footage. Yes,
No,
she
no,
did.
she has not. That's a lie.
Yes, she did.
No, she has not. I've been over
Yes,
this.
she
I do
did.
this. No, she. All right, fine. Let's get back to what I was saying about Tyler Robinson. He disassembled the 30-06.
Have you
in
not
record-
read the charging document at
Stop
all?
interrupting me. It's not going to work, Lisa. I'm about to cook you.
Oh yeah, you're not
Yeah.
pretty much right about
So-
now, but yourself.
Got you. He disassembled the weapon in a record timing using a screwdriver. Left the screwdriver on the roof, got off the building, jumped down, ran off, conveniently left the weapon, reassembled on a property that happens to be owned by Palantir
Yeah.
without a screwdriver.
No.
Lisa, he left the screwdriver. How did he reassemble it? And just so people can understand what I mean when I say record timing, I'm about to show you what I mean when I say record timing.
On this episode of You Might Be a Dumb Motherfucker, this is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it apart.
This is not
It takes
real
a Kirks
life.
key and an Allen key. Now, if I take a shot,
How
and
is this
immediately
not real
disassemble,
life?
I have to remove the bolt, remove the
He's
magazine.
literally
Exactly.
showing you how long it would take to disassemble a rifle and then reassemble it. How is this not real life, Lisa?
Hit the two bolts on the bottom, put those away in the Allen key, grab my Torx key, remove the scope, put everything in the backpack, make sure I have everything, and make my way downtown. Okay, which is going to take a lot longer for him than it is for me, especially because his fine-tuned motor function, something as simple as grabbing an Allen key to a little bolt, is going to be extremely impaired due to a dump of adrenaline throughout his bloodstream. An extreme elevated heart rate is going to make these fine-tuned skills extremely difficult. I mean, just for him to think and analyze of what needs to be done to disassemble this rifle and get away would be difficult. We're not even going to touch the topic of him assembling the rifle on top of the roof, which if you reassemble a rifle and you take a cold dead shot, it's not going to be 100% accurate. Okay, or the fact that he disassembled this after taking a shot, which the rifle's going to be hot, they found no glove. There's just so many inconsistencies, it just makes zero sense. I mean, I'm still working on this, and I have taken this rifle apart 1,000 times. And now he has to put the pieces of the rifle into a backpack. And this is a gigantic backpack. Shout out Wolfpack, best backpacks on the fucking planet.
Not
Anyways,
to mention the guy that jumped off the roof didn't even have a backpack on, I don't think. I don't remember him ever having a backpack on. Oh my
You can
god.
see this barrel broken down does not fit in this backpack. And this is a big boy, way bigger than the one that he was carrying. Okay, I put the rifle stock.
I know where it was. It was up his fucking ass. That must have been where he hid the fucking gun. That's where he hid it. It was up his fucking ass.
And here, and guess
There's no
what?
other
It
answer.
doesn't fit. It sticks out. Now let's just say, for sake of argument, that he put these in his pant leg and he was walking. These are still so long broken down that he would not be able to walk straight. He wouldn't be able to bend his legs.
That is not Tyler Robinson.
No.
Doesn't make fucking sense.
He's
Okay,
immediately
yes.
running after the
He
fact.
does
How was
have
that
a
possible?
backpack on.
That's literally impossible. It's literally impossible.
It's not literally impossible. And again, we haven't had a trial, so
No, that's
until
fair.
we
Listen,
actually
all right,
see the
fair.
evidence,
'Cause
you
I'm not
can't
even here to
even
argue with you. I
definitively
promise you I'm
say
not.
any of this.
Got you. I'm
You're
really here to
completely
understand.
operating off of assumptions and hearsay.
Got you. Got you.
So aren't you
Can I
and
go now?
Gary, though?
Got you. Your tactics are not going to work here. I'm trying to understand. Tyler Robinson shot him and then immediately ran. He has to break down the weapon. That's what they said he did. How did he do that in 3 seconds?
We don't know that he broke down the weapon.
We have it on. So what was the weapon
It's in the
at?
charging
When he was
documents,
running.
Lisa, isn't it?
There's
mean,
people who believe that he put it down the
Governor
side
I'm
of
not
his
asking
pants.
people, Lisa.
Said
I'm
that.
asking you. You can't run with the
We
rifle.
don't know, bro. We don't have a trial. We do not have all of the evidence.
No, but you guys just want to shut down anybody questioning anything and just convict Tyler Robinson without having a trial. Andrew Colvetta said numerous times that this man is the person that did it, and that is it. No questions asked, nothing to see here. Go away. Like, bitch, you are...
This is how
haven't even read the
everybody
charging
that's watching.
documents.
This is how
You're
trials
sitting here-
work.
You're sitting here
The-
saying that the dude was never even seen on campus. Like, I'm honestly, I'm done with you. Like, there's nowhere to go from here. You are completely delusional.
I would be done with me too. You're
Oh,
getting
he's
cooked,
delusional.
and I'm not
No,
even
you're
started
not
yet.
getting cooked. I'm not getting cooked at all. You look absolutely delusional. You need to be put in a straitjacket and be
I'm
put
not
in a
even
mental
50% through
institution
yet.
along
He's-
with every.
He needs to be put in a straitjacket. He's not the one yelling. He's not the one freaking out because he's being proven wrong, Lisa. You are delusional, bitch. You need a fucking straitjacket, in my opinion, actually. You look like a fucking fool. And I wish I could put you in a straitjacket myself, honestly. Throw you in a fucking padded room and leave you there. You stupid, no good for nothing human. This is what I mean. Like, our fucking country is cooked when we have so many people that are just like this bitch right here. And Dee Dee goes, I'm not even 50% done yet. Bring it, baby, Dee Dee,
Anybody
bring it.
else, because again,
Lisa,
what you are
This
saying,
is
you are
fun. This is
operating
so
on
fun.
complete and total hearsay. You don't even understand the basic rules of debate, which is very
Gotcha.
sad.
Hey, Lisa, this is about to get worse. I'm not even 50% yet, and I'm not even disrespecting you. If you leave, everybody knows why.
He doesn't
Again,
understand the basic rules of debate. Oh
I
my
already told
god.
you when I'm leaving. I'm
Gotcha.
leaving at 7 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So-
Oh
Okay.
my God, dude, this girl.
This is what I'm
There's-
saying.
That is what you just showed on
Man,
that
can I
whole
respond
rigmarole,
to
that
you?
whole circus. That's not proof.
Got
That's
you.
not evidence.
You wait for me to talk so that you can talk with me. It's not going to work. So I'm going to let you go.
Everything that you just showed for your little circus, your little entertainment that you put on there for your audience, that is not considered proof. That's not considered evidence or a credible source by any stretch of the imagination.
2 words, reasonable doubt. That
I'm
alone,
gonna have
he
fun
gets
with
off.
clip farming you later.
Hey,
So
Clip farming
Lisa,
him.
Yeah.
This alone.
Are you fucking
This alone
kidding
gets them
me?
off. Reasonable doubt is all they need. Are you
The only
listening
one
to
that's gonna
yourself?
look
you don't
fucking
know what the
foolish.
state
The only one that's gonna look foolish in all the clip farming is you, bitch. Not Dee Dee. Dee Dee's doing an amazing job, actually.
has in their back pocket. So you are stating all of this based completely off of
Do you think
assumption.
Erica Kirk knows what the state has?
Here we go. Let's shift the goalpost.
No. It's the same
No.
topic. I'm asking for a reason.
How is that
Do you-
shifting the goalpost? This all comes back to Erica Kirk, in my opinion, I think. But you guys want to literally, I don't know. It's like she's trying to get a job at TPUSA. I truly feel like the way that she stands behind Erica Kirk. The other girl that was saying like more girls should be like Erica Kirk and be pretty and be more concerned about themselves. And Erica Kirk is gonna make the new conservative woman want to be better, want to be prettier, want to go out and get their hair and nails done, and everyone should look up to Erica Kirk and want to be more like Erica Kirk. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Erica Kirk makes me want to be a Democrat.
I think Erica Kirk knows.
What
Let's-
evidence do you have that is actually credible and supported that shows that Tyler Robinson did not take that shot?
Your tactic is not going to work. Google Trends. Let's talk about the Google Trends. All these people were Googled well
I'm just gonna
before the
keep saying the
event.
same thing. What evidence do you have to support that Tyler Robinson did not take that shot?
We're going through them now. I never see any footage of Tyler Robinson.
Yes, you did. His own mother identified him based off
This
that.
girl's
footage.
gonna make me smoke
Nope,
a whole
she
pack of
didn't.
cigarettes.
It's
Dude. This
literally
is
in the
crazy
charging
watching her
document.
try and
Gotcha.
fucking defend
Hey,
this.
when Charlie got hit, why did Mikey McCoy turn around so fast? He never ducked. Do you find that? I'm not saying
This
it's
is
evidence.
not. This is not serious. This is not
Got
a
you.
serious debate.
Got you, Lisa. You're getting cooked.
This is not a serious debate. And the fact that you think that this is serious
Okay.
tells me how much of a joke that you are.
Okay.
This
Are
is
we
not
gonna-
serious by
Are
any
you
stretch
just
of
going to
the
continue with that
imagination.
homonyms, or are we going to really engage in a conversation?
Mhm.
I'm curious about your opinion. Why did Mikey McCoy turn around so fast? He never ducked. Why? We see that on footage.
Again, I am not looking at Turning Point employees.
Got
They
you.
are not suspects in this investigation. What do
Lisa,
you have to support
Lisa,
that Tyler
Lisa,
Robinson did not take that shot?
Lisa, why did they pave over the pavement so fast? What you got? What do you have?
You need to answer the question. What
Charlie
evidence
Kirk
do
was
you have
scheduled.
that is
Charlie Kirk
credible
was-
that supports that Tyler Robinson did not take that shot?
Man, I'm just okay. Charlie Kirk was scheduled for an event the very next day. The dude literally had
You
no.
can
no
keep
security
running like a
scheduled
track
with him.
star if you want to. You're looking ridiculous. What evidence do
No, he's
you
not.
have to support that is credible that Tyler Robinson did not take that shot?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. You
I
gave
just-
me a bunch of hearsay and a bunch of my opinion. That's
So at
not
the-
evidence.
Got
That's
you,
not
got you.
proof.
So I'm about to respond. I would like to respond without you butting in. Bingo. Hey, everybody watching, watch what she's about to do. I'm born for this. It's not going to work. If you are arguing that Tyler Robinson did it. I'm arguing that he did not. So I'm the defense. You're the prosecution. You're trying to prosecute him. Tyler Robinson does not have to prove that he didn't do it. They have to prove that he did.
You
don't
are
have any
going
proof.
against the state because you're not the defense. You're not a lawyer. You have no legal expertise or experience whatsoever. You've already stated so. So at the end of the day, you are saying that the state is completely making up everything that's in that charging document and that it doesn't exist. You realize that that's not possible. You can't put something in a charging document if it does not exist. That's not how this works. That's not real life. You're living in a fantasy.
So
And so again, What do you have
JFK.
that is
JFK
credible
is all I'm going to
evidence
say is
to support
JFK.
that Tyler Robinson did not take that shot?
So I'm about to respond now.
The government makes shit up
Thank
every
you.
fucking day.
Tyler Robinson
Persecutes people
supposedly
that are not
pow Charlie
guilty.
Kirk with the 30-06. A 30-06 that he left after the fact. Okay.
Stupid bitch.
The police
Stupid
show up
bitch.
to the campus to look for the gun. They
Ugh.
can't find it. They have bomb-sniffing dogs. They can't find the weapon anywhere. They look in the area where the weapon will later be found. It's not until the feds show up, and conveniently enough, they find the weapon. If you all do not know how strong bomb-sniffing dogs' noses are, I have a clip to play, but I'm not going to play it here because she's on a short time stretch and she's trying to find excuses to get out of this. My job here is to prove reasonable doubt. I've done that about 15 times already in this video.
You have not at all. You've not even hardly
Reasonable doubt.
substantiated your claim. At the end of
Reasonable
the
doubt.
day, again, bomb sniffing dogs are not, they don't look for weapons.
They don't?
That's not what they're trained to do. There are
What-
weapons dogs that look for weapons. Bomb sniffing dogs.
If there is gunshot residue on the muzzle of a gun that's just been shot, a bomb sniffing dog will 100% be able to sniff it out. Okay? What do you think they make bombs with, Lisa? Do you think maybe they might use black powder? Maybe they might use... You're fucking dense.
don't look for weapons. So where did you even get that information? Where are you pulling this from?
That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yes.
that you don't know. No.
Yes,
Bomb sniffing dogs.
there's literally a man who actually trains these dogs who made a whole video against Candace's claims because bomb sniffing dogs don't look for gunpowder. Those are two different, completely different types of canines. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Got you. Hey, why did they pave over the crime scene?
So you're just gonna, again, burden shift.
Yes, because that's reasonable doubt.
Burden
Lisa,
shift.
listen, that's
No, you
reasonable
need to
doubt.
listen and actually respond to what is being said instead of listening to just
You're-
give.
Every time he does respond, you're not listening. So what does it fucking matter, bitch? This was pointless for Didi to even give this bitch a platform on his 200,000 subscriber platform because she's a fucking joke. Literally a joke. She can't defend any of this shit. And anytime Didi tries to bring up anything else, she's gonna literally, oh, now you're just trying to shift the goalpost. Well, I want to talk about Erica Kirk and what makes her so innocent. That's what I would be bringing up, Didi. What makes Erica so innocent? Because she looks guilty as fuck. And let's talk about Romania. Let's talk about Tyler Boyer, Andrew Kovett. Let's talk about Fort Huachuca. Let's talk about... There's so many different things that Didi could bring up right now and wipe this girl like right off the floor with this fucking shit. And she wouldn't be able to back that up, but because she stands by Erica Kirk. She would not be able to even defend it. She wouldn't. Because it's indefensible, I think. All of these things that have come out about this woman, Erica, they're indefensible. Honestly, they are. And the fact that there is no one investigating her is the biggest cover up in itself.
Your next talking point, my guy.
This is-
What you
this
are
is
doing
bad.
right now, this is not actual debate.
Lisa,
Have
this
you
is
ever
bad.
listened to Trent Horn? Have you listened to Andrew Wilson? Have you actually ever watched a actual constructed debate in your entire life? Because this is
Okay.
a disaster and
Okay.
you should be embarrassed.
Got you. So more ad hominems. Shout out to Andrew Wilson.
No, I
called out
debated
Andrew
for
Wilson a
10
couple
years,
of times. Okay.
and this is not how this goes at all. What you are doing is a joke. I hope that you understand that this is a joke. Again, what is your claim? Where are you substantiating that bomb sniffing dogs would be looking for a rifle? What is your evidence to support that?
I'm not going to speak if you're going to interrupt me. So I want you to get done first. Babbling. Whenever you're done babbling, nonsense. I would like to go next.
I asked my question. What is your evidence to support that a bomb sniffing dog would be looking for a rifle?
That's literally what happened.
No, sir,
So,
it is not.
All right, I'm
So
about to respond.
Provide
So,
me with
Andrew-
the document where you're pulling that from. Where's the court document that said it was bomb sniffing dogs that were used to find this rifle?
I don't have that right here in front of me, but I can get that for you.
Great.
So I'm the only one here that's provided evidence to support anything that I've been saying. You have not done that. Andrew Wilson, I've called him out a couple of times. I would be more than willing to have a conversation with Andrew Wilson. And respectfully, I would annihilate Andrew Wilson on this topic as well.
Yeah.
And I think
Okay.
that he's a great debater.
All right. I'll make sure I put that out to him
anybody's
and have him
proving
come and
that
debate.
Tyler Robinson did this beyond a reasonable doubt. There is so much doubt in this case. We haven't even talked about the pressure that Charlie was dealing with in
You
his
can't
life.
have
prior
doubt
to this.
over a case and a trial that hasn't even played out. You don't know what evidence the state even has.
Erica Kirk has told us, lady, what they have. What you got now?
She has not. She cannot
less,
do
hold on.
so.
Wait, say less. Hold on.
She's literally going to be called probably to testify. So no, she cannot lay out what evidence that they have.
That's not no. What I'm saying is, Erica Kirk has specifically spoken on the fact that based on the evidence she's seen, she believes that Tyler Robinson is guilty. Yet, when when Erica Kirk, Candace Owens met up, her attorney literally told Candace the complete opposite. Said that
And
they
what's
don't
your
have
proof
it.
for that?
Candace Owens shared it. Erica Kirk has not denied it.
And Candace has never provided anything except her word of mouth. You know that anybody can get on the internet and say anything that they want to you.
I'm
right?
so confused here. So you're suggesting that Candace
Did
Owens
Candace
or anybody?
Owens provide
I'm not
proof
done.
of
I'm not
Erica's
done. Lisa,
statements, or
I'm
did
not
she
done.
not?
Lisa. It's not going to work here. I'm not done.
Did Candace Owens provide proof of Erica's statements? Yes or no?
Got you. So Candace Owens met with Erica Kirk. She has the biggest podcast in the world on any given day. She shares what Erica Kirk and her talked about. Erica Kirk has come out publicly multiple times since that point. She's never denied that. Why is that?
You stole my seed.
Because she's going to sue Candace Owens.
Oh boy.
So no, every lawyer on the planet has told her not to go back and forth or engage with Candace Owens. That's
This
just,
is so bad.
I'm not even a lawyer and I could tell you that. I know that you believe Candace when she's like, why won't they answer me? Why won't they respond? I just don't understand. She knows why. She knows exactly why they're not responding to
Why
her.
haven't they sued her yet?
Because they're not going to. Because their lawyers have told them not to discuss anything with her further.
How do you know that?
This is just very basic information. If you're
You just
gearing
said
up
what
to
they were
sue
told by their
someone,
no.
why
Lisa,
would you be in communication with the person that you're going to sue? This coming from the man who can't even provide evidence of Candace, like showing that Erica actually made these statements. You're taking Candace on a trust me, bro. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
this is not going to work in your favor.
Are you
looking
taking
really bad,
Candace on
Lisa.
a trust me,
Every
bro?
time he talks,
Lisa,
she
this
fucking
is not going to
talks
work in your
over.
favor.
Are you taking Candace
So,
on a trust me, bro?
you just
Yes or no?
said
Why
that
can't you
Andrew-
answer the question?
Man, I'm allowed to speak, Lisa. This is not going to work. You're a
Answer
horrible
the
debater.
question,
You don't know
lady.
what you're doing. You're out of your league here. You are.
I'm not out of my league. What is
So,
answer
Andrew-
the question,
All right,
Didi? Did
I'm
Candace
about to speak.
provide evidence
Man,
of
you
Erica's
keep
statements
speaking,
in
lady.
that conversation?
Stop talking.
Yes or no?
Stop talking. So Andrew
Did
Kovac.
she
Oh
provide
boy. Oh boy.
evidence
Hey,
of Erica's
hey.
statements
Oh,
in
man.
that
Andrew- so
conversation?
Andrew
Yes or
Kovac-
no?
Andrew Kovac has been told not to
Yes
share
or
details about
no?
the case.
Shut
Answer
the
the
fuck
question.
up, Lisa. God,
Why is
dude.
it so hard for you to answer a yes and no question? Yes
Go
or
ahead.
no?
Go ahead.
Did Candace Owens provide evidence of Erica making those statements? Yes or no?
Okay, so now I'm about to respond. And you will not cut me off, correct?
Unless it's a yes or no.
You don't get to dictate the way the conversation goes.
Yes, I asked you a straightforward question. Answer it or don't.
Bitch.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Of course you're not.
Boom.
Because you're not
So-
a serious individual. And this is not a serious podcast.
You think so? You don't believe that.
But
This is not a
Paramount
serious
Tactical is, dude.
It-
But Paramount Tactical is a serious podcast. He has a literal symbol for his fucking YouTube channel page. Boy Love logo. It's a motherfucking Boy Love logo. And you're on that podcast every fucking day, calling out every single person that's asking questions. You are an ignorant fucking bitch, dude. Man. This fucking girl.
Someone who has been in probably over 1,000 debates in my life, this is not a serious debate, and
Something
no one
tells
is
me
taking.
you've lost
No
most
one
of
with half a brain cell should be taking you seriously right now. This is a
Yeah.
joke.
I got you.
Let's
So
just
more at
bash
home.
him with all these
I'm ready
name
to get to
calls.
the
Just
details
call
of this
Didi
case.
all these names.
So
Because you're such
I've
a
been
serious
waiting for an hour.
person, Lisa.
got you. Why did Mr. Farnsworth
Fucking
take the
joke.
SD card behind Charlie? That's evidence. Why would he do that?
So we're burden shifting again.
Burden
Oh, boy.
shifting.
She has no answers either.
What?
Oh boy.
Like,
Why
what
did they
is
pave
that
over the
word?
crime scene?
Burden shifting.
She won't answer.
That's
Dude.
not
Oh,
the.
boy. We have
That's
no
not-
footage of Tyler Robinson taking the shot.
I don't
She
know how
doesn't
to
care.
tell you this other than you look like an absolute clown right now.
No,
You
we
told
don't.
me
You are
already.
burden shifting. You are
You
not
do.
holding yourself to your position. You are not providing any evidence to back up or support your claims. And this is
You sit on my
absolutely
lap.
absurd. I am staying here right now because I told you a very specific time limit. And so I'm going to stay here and ride this out, even though you look absolutely insane.
Absolutely. More at
No,
the
he
hominem.
doesn't.
Anything else?
Do you not understand how bad this looks? Have you ever
Okay,
done
Oscar.
any research into how to hold an official debate? Have you ever
Got
even
you.
watched an official debate?
Got you. So Tyler Robinson, we're supposed to believe that Tyler Robinson scanned this roof, disassembled a weapon in impossible timing. That alone is reasonable doubt.
No, it's
You're
not.
cooked right there. You're cooked.
No, it's not, because you don't have all of the evidence.
What lady? What do you? We have the footage. The shot rang out. We
No,
hear it.
we don't have all of the footage. Do you
No,
understand that
we
there
have
are
the- no,
over
no, that's not what I mean.
9,000
We-
cameras on the UVU campus? There's
Yes.
no way that they don't have footage of him taking that shot. But we won't
You-
know
you-
until the trial, which has literally not happened yet.
You're making my case. What do I need enemy
You
for when I
are
have
putting
you?
the cart before the horse. No, I'm not
Got you.
making your case. I'm saying you need to slow your roll because
Okay.
you're making assumptions about things that you
Okay.
have no idea what you're talking
Okay,
about.
got you. So I'm about to respond now. Okay. Your words. We do not have the footage yet of him taking the shot, yet you believe that he did it.
Again, we have a charging document that you have not even read. Have you read the charging document?
Mhm.
Yet you said that we
Oscar,
didn't have
leave
any
him
footage
alone.
of him on campus,
do not.
even though it literally
When I say that we
states-
do not, it means nobody in the public has seen any footage of him. Any footage of him. That's what I
you
mean by that.
have the footage that was released when they were searching for him, but you say that it's not him.
What footage are
conveniently.
you talking about? The man in the black shirt is not Tyler Robinson.
His mother identified him based
we
off
going
of
in
that
circles.
footage.
Fine.
So you're saying that his own mother doesn't even
His mother
know
did
who
not
he
say
is?
that. His mother never said that.
Yes. Yes, it's in the charging document.
Yep.
It also says that his father is the one who turned him in, Matt Robinson.
That never happened. Also, we don't have any footage of that.
That didn't happen, yet it's in the charging document. So the charging document is lying? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
Yes.
I believe they're lying.
You cannot lie on a charging document.
You can if you're trying to set up a fucking patsy, Lisa. That's what the government does. They lie every day to us. Like you're going to sit there and act like they're so fucking honest and they always tell us the truth. And we just are like, they are never manipulating the masses of fucking people to believe something when it's actually something else. You're actually going to sit there and pretend like the government is just so amazing and trustworthy and you got to believe them 100% of the time. No, bitch. No. They set people up every fucking day. Every day they set people up to take the fall for something that they didn't do.
Document.
It's happened before.
Whatever evidence is listed in that charging document, it must exist. You realize this.
Lisa, yes.
So you're saying that they're holding him behind bars right now based off of nothing. Is that your claim?
Lisa, you have to
Don't
understand,
care.
you're the prosecution.
No, I'm not the prosecution. We're not playing your little game. I'm not playing your game. I'm not playing your fantasy.
This is how debate
Again,
Andrew Wilson
are
literally
you
debates
saying
like
that
this.
they are holding Tyler Robinson right now with a charging document that is fraudulent and that they are holding him on absolutely nothing? Is that your claim?
The person that you just referenced is Andrew Wilson. He literally engages in debates just like this. You think that man is guilty. You don't see any footage of him taking a shot. We don't see anybody taking a shot.
Because there hasn't been a trial.
Right. So you should not believe it yet. You don't have the proof.
We have what is in the charging document, and we absolutely can believe what is in the charging document.
Do you care about anything else that was going on in Charlie's life leading up to that point, as far as him fearing for his life? You know that's kind of important, right?
She's a Zionist.
It's not important that he was in fear for his life. I'm sorry?
It's important for you to try to burden shift, which you've done about 1,000,000 times,
Got
and
you,
give multiple fallacies, which you've done multiple times.
Got you. You've learned a new phrase, burden shift. Got you. Great. Cool. Smart. I don't
literally
care about
what it's called in debate.
Got you. What I'm saying to you is we don't have footage of the man taking the shot. That's a fact. I have not seen any proof
That's not a fact, because you don't know what the state has, and they very much allude to that in the charging document that they have that footage.
I just asked this woman, do you care about Charlie fearing for his life up until that point? She said no.
We don't have any proof that Charlie feared for his life up until that point.
Do you care if I was able to provide you some proof of that? Would that shift your perspective?
Yeah, if you actually have evidence for that.
Evidence that he feared for his life.
I've yet to see that that's actually the case outside of a bunch of hearsay.
Do you care about the hearsay?
This bitch won't shut up long enough to even hear Dee say anything.
If you have it, show it, my guy.
Nah, I want.
You're running out of time. So if you have it, show it. Make your case.
I'm not running out of time.
Yes, we are running out of time. I have given you a very clear-cut time on when I have to be off of this podcast, because I have other things that I have to do. So, again, if you have the proof, if you have the evidence to substantiate your claim, please provide it.
So, if your definition of evidence is I have Charlie Kirk on video footage saying these things. I just showed you a tweet of something that somebody said before it happened. You didn't even care for that. You didn't even care for that. Make that make sense?
I'm not playing games with you. So, do you want to show the evidence, or do you
not? This bitch does not play well with others, clearly.
What evidence do we have that Charlie was in fear for his life towards the end of his
life? The fucking text message that he fucking sent.
What
closest
friends?
Bitch.
Candace Owens being one of them.
She's not a close friend.
Yeah.
What?
You would have to provide evidence that she's
You're on camera saying this.
You are
know
stupid.
This is going to be live.
Yeah, provide evidence that she's a close friend. Provide evidence that she was anywhere near Charlie Kirk in the last years of his life, outside of very small speaking engagements where they just happen to be in the same place.
Candace has provided the evidence, but it doesn't matter. This bitch doesn't care what Candace provides for evidence, because her whole job here is to make Candace look like her credibility is non-existent. But all she's doing is making Erica Kirk look worse, and also making her and Gary talking last night about his credibility. Gary, you already shot your credibility out the door. And then Gary wants to sit there and say, I could do a complete 180 tomorrow, and these people would be praising me. They'd be singing my praises. They'd be singing my name and praising me, blah, blah, blah. No, Gary, we wouldn't, because you're a fucking hypocrite. You are a moron, and you are a fucking loser. And you have a Boy Love logo as your symbol on YouTube, which, I mean, pretty sure that you don't gotta fucking be a genius to figure that one out. Look at the guy. He looks like a fucking creep.
She spoke at TPUSA in 2024.
In my opinion. But his logo,
yes, I said outside of speaking
matches the Boy Love logo. Look it up.
And so outside of that, outside of being in the same place at the same time, because they were in the same line of work, how can you show that they were a part of each other's lives and they were close friends, as you state? Close friends.
In those text messages, Charlie literally said he was thinking about asking Candace to come back to one of the fucking speaking engagements that he had going on. Obviously, he was in touch with Candace over the past few years. They were friends. She's literally the only fucking real friend he had, clearly. She's the only one that cared about him. She's the only one that still cares about him. And the only one asking questions and trying to get to the truth.
means more than just being at the same speaking engagement
Is
when you're
Andrew
in the
Co-
same line
is-
of work.
Is Andrew Kovac close to Charlie? Was he close to Charlie?
He did a podcast show with him every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, up
Is that a yes?
until the
Is that a
day
yes?
before his death.
Is that a yes? He's close to Charlie. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Why did he send that text to Joe Kent?
So we're circling back to
And then tell Candace it was supposed to be you, Candace. Interesting, huh? Weird.
this.
Yeah, I never got an answer. That's extremely important. The
I did
investigation-
answer you. Actually, it's just not the answer that you wanted. So because you're not happy with it, you're circling back to it.
Oh
No, it's because it wasn't the
okay,
truth.
Lisa, you got it. You got it. Absolutely. And I appreciate you for coming on. You did a great job. You definitely proved that Tyler did this. You stated your case
Hands down.
eloquently.
The burden of proof isn't on me. It's on you who's saying that the state is
No, it's
literally
not.
just
No, it's not.
fabricating evidence.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. You
No,
you
it's
are
not.
on an island of your own, my guy, which means you have a very long way to go to prove your
Got
point.
you.
And you've
My
proven
job is to
nothing.
prove reasonable doubt, and I did that.
No, you did not do that. You
Yeah.
absolutely did not.
Yeah.
TV
couldn't get on the
USA
road with the
proved reasonable doubt on their own. Okay?
Yes,
The
he
life
absolutely
insurance
could. There's literally
policy. Let's break it down. The life insurance policy. Oh man, this girl's got my fucking heart pumping and my head all flustered. The life insurance policy. The priest coming to pray over him and Erica the night before. I mean, clearly him and Erica are having issues. There's so much shit. Just the way Erica's acted, like anyone can genuinely sit there and say that Erica is guilty when she comes out a few days later on Charlie's podcast laughing and giggling, saying how excited she is for everything that's coming down the pike. Go watch it, Lisa. It's right there on the Charlie Kirk Show, which I wish they stopped using his name like that because it's no longer the Charlie Kirk Show, but literally these two fucking simp fucking shill ass motherfuckers sit there every day and try to defend Erica and bash Candace and bash Joe Kent and bash anybody that questions anything. Fuck you, bitch.
Stairs that go right to the
Rotten
roof.
bitch.
Where was the weapon? We see a photo of the person that's supposed to be Tyler, right? Where was the weapon?
He literally has a backpack.
Lady, I just showed you a video. It's impossible for that rifle to fit. We've seen the rifle. It's impossible for that rifle to fit in
My
that bag.
God, you are literally trying to look at the trees and put together the entire forest, and you can't even do that because you don't have the forest. Like, do you not understand how
No, I
far
don't.
away from this that you are? Because you have this much information when there's literally terabytes of information.
I
in
wish
this
you would have
case
asked her
that is
opinion
being
on
processed.
Erica's Romanian
Like-
little
Okay, that's fair. That's
nonprofit
fair,
in
Lisa.
Romania.
I'm-
Wish you
I'm-
would have
I
asked
am
her opinion on
confused,
what
so
she
clear
thought
this up
about
for me.
that.
Provide me some
How can you
clarity on this
defend
one.
that?
The
Huh?
photo that you're saying is Tyler Robinson. We do not see a rifle. Where's the rifle in that photo? I feel you.
We don't have the evidence. We
It's up
don't
his
have
ass.
all
I
the footage.
agree.
We don't.
I
you
agree.
don't even
Tyler
believe that
Robinson's
I
that's
agree.
Robinson.
Obviously.
I agree. I'm glad you're over here with
By
us
your
now.
your own admission, you don't even believe that.
And
that's
now we're
Tyler
gonna lose the
Robinson.
midterms
Right.
because of all of this.
So who is it?
We're gonna lose the midterms. Thanks, Candace. What a fucking joke. How about Trump lost the midterms for us the day he fucking degraded the fucking survivors of Epstein and his Trump Epstein files. He degraded them, downplayed it like it was a Democrat hoax when, mind you, Trump was a Democrat back in the day until he decided, well, I'm going to run as a Republican and try to make myself look good because, the Democrats suck. But you know what? The Republicans suck just as much. And Trump lost the midterm. So anyone that wants to blame Candace, go right the fuck ahead. But it's not Candace's fault. She is the only one asking the fucking questions that we all want to know. Like, I'm so happy that Charlie actually had one decent friend. But according to her, they weren't even friends. So
I think it's a different person.
Okay, but who? You need to provide evidence of who you think that is, because if
No, I do not.
You have to have.
I do not
who
have to
else it
provide
is then?
proof. Okay.
You have to have another plausible person to have
Okay.
pulled the trigger,
Okay.
because Charlie Kirk is not alive.
Okay. Okay.
So somebody pulled that trigger. If it's not Tyler Robinson, then
okay, but yeah, right. They shot him with a 30-06, right? What kind of round was that? A frangible round or whatever you guys want to say. And then they can't even match the bullet fragments to the gun. How about that one? How about the fact that the rifle had 5 different DNA? Different DNA. How do you explain that, Lisa? How do you explain the rifle having 5 different DNAs on it? Huh? I'd love to hear that one. I would honestly love to hear Dee Dee ask her, though, more about, just specifically focus more on Erica Kirk and her ties to all these different fucking suspicious things. And then everybody else in this fucking organization all has ties to people that were tied into people that got caught transporting humans. So explain that one. Explain it. I'd love to hear it. And why don't we talk about the geofencing that Erica Kirk and her mother and Tyler Boyer have running on the Catholic churches? Let's talk about that. I mean, this could go on all day. And this girl could literally sit here all day and still she'd be like, you look like a fool right now, Dee Dee. You need to be put in a straitjacket. What a fucking stupid girl. Stupid girl.
And who?
I'm about to respond. The photo that we're talking about, I do not have to prove who it is. I only have to prove that it's not Tyler Robinson.
No, you
There's a
don't.
difference.
No, that's not how this works. You don't even understand claimant and the fact that as the claimant, the burden of proof is on you as the claimant.
The burden of proof is on the prosecution to prove that Tyler Robinson was the actual person. But there are way too many different elements to this that prove that he's not the only one involved, Lisa.
You are not a lawyer. You do not get to say that this.
No, but Baron Coleman is, but according to you, he's a low IQ fucking retard that doesn't know anything, which is what you and Gary were saying yesterday about him. Right, so...
State is absolutely fabricating all of this information,
I do
and
get
that
to
the
say it.
charging documents are
I do
a
get to say it.
fabrication.
I'm saying it, and I'm
Again,
saying it with my
you
chest.
are literally on an island by yourself, which
No,
means
he's
the
not.
burden of proof for you is substantial.
I'm right
No,
there
you
with
have
you,
not
Dee Dee,
provided a
on that
single
island, but
thing.
it ain't Epstein's
you're saying-
island. It ain't Epstein's island, but I'm right there with you, Dee Dee. This fucking is a shit show, dude. What a circus. And she's the ringleader for real. It's like Pam Bondi sitting there saying, I'm not gonna get in the gutter with these people. Bitch. You live in the fucking gutter. You're stupid.
It does not make sense.
It absolutely does.
That's not true, though.
This just shows how unserious you are when it comes to debating apparently anything. Because again, you are on an island of your own when you are
What-
going to go against the state, and you are saying that the state is fabricating a charging document, which is a very, very heavy claim, my friend.
Why did the bullet not shatter Charlie Kirk's neck?
And here we go. We're burden shifting fallaciously once again. Because it
This
doesn't.
is what they're gonna do on trial. They're going to be asking all these questions. Not burden shifting, bitch. It's fucking trying to corroborate evidence. It's trying to disassemble all the different things that could be a possibility of what happened and what did not happen. I don't know the actual terminology, and I wish I did. I wish I had the actual knowledge of the laws and like what a lawyer would need to know, but I don't. But you know who does? Baron Coleman does.
Have to. There are other recordings of assassination attempts where it didn't exit. A 30-06 does not have to exit. Look at MLK. Look at
It hit it.
multiple
No,
Greenberg
terrible
rays.
example. I'm about to cook you. You got a minute left, so let me cook you this last minute. MLK
Okay.
situation is way different. It hit his
Do it.
jawbone first, and then it went through his body. Charlie Kirk's situation was not
It
like
actually
that.
was found in his shoulder, my friend.
Yes, it rested in his shoulder, lady. It went through his jawbone.
Wait. It
Do you
severed
hear
Charlie's
yourself?
spine and was found in his spine. Like, again, we have multiple cases of research. Again, you're not even looking at, again, there are Green Berets. There are Marines who have been shot by 30-06s that didn't have an exit wound. So have you even looked at the research on this? Because it doesn't have to exit. We have
I have.
documented cases where it doesn't exit.
I have. I've heard differing opinions on this. I have.
Great. And you're not a ballistics expert, and neither am I. But
Green
and we
Berets
also
are.
don't even
Green
we don't even know
Berets
the
are.
caliber
No,
of,
they're not.
of the
Just because you're a Green Beret does not make you a ballistics expert. Sorry, but it just doesn't. You know more than the average Joe, but it doesn't make you a ballistics expert.
bullet. So
Green Berets are experts. How about the guy I just showed you? He's an expert that
we
disassembled
don't
the
have
weapon.
the caliber. They're missing information.
She don't care.
And
She don't want to
anybody
hear
who
it.
is going to examine
don't
this
matter. That's not
seriously
real
would
life
tell
to you.
you that they're missing information. So they cannot give you a full, clear
Whoops.
picture without that information. And we don't have it until they release it in the trial, which, ding, 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 hasn't happened yet.
You said that you believe that he acted alone, but we just simply pointed out only George Zinn. I didn't have to go any further than that. Why would George Zinn do those things? You're simply saying because he's crazy. That doesn't
He's
explain it.
literally, certifiably, like, prescribed with mental illness.
Bitch, you could
Yes or
literally
no?
be certifiably prescribed,
I don't know.
which
and I
isn't the
don't
right
care.
word.
He views
You
child
could
sexual
literally
abuse
be
content for fun. Is that mental
certifiably
illness? The
Diagnosed
man has
with
been
mental
brought up on
illness yourself.
15 counts of child sexual abuse content,
boy.
viewing it and making it. Is that mental illness?
Yep.
But
The-
can you prove that that was actually his own doing and that it wasn't planted there to shut him up so that nobody could even ask him questions? Can you prove that he wasn't paid off by the government to be another patsy? Can you prove any of that? No, you can't. But can we prove that our government's corrupt? Yes, we fucking can.
doesn't explain his behavior.
He has a history of doing the exact thing that he did. He gets off on it.
Right. He has a history of being in places where he probably shouldn't have been, in all of these different places, like 9/11, like the marathon bombings, like the what else? He's been at like 3 or 4 different like big terrorist events, I guess you could say mass shootings, terrorist events, where it's very, very suspicious why is he always there? Why is he showing up? And then donating money to Phil Lyman. There's a lot to this that Dee Dee doesn't even bring up because he can't. Literally, she talks over him every fucking time. He brings up anything that actually is like, oh man, this fucking girl.
He's a
My head is
lunatic.
so like.
So
ugh.
that means that he would have to have foreknowledge to be there to know to do it, correct?
Not necessarily. He could have been there to diddle himself because there's a bunch of kids around. Notice that his pants were down when he got arrested.
Uh-huh.
He pulled them down.
That's the cause of distraction.
He pulled them down and then put his hands up and said, "I did it." It wasn't like his pants were just down the whole time, diddling himself. He pulled them down. Watch the video footage. I'm almost positive. He pulls them down and then puts his hands up. It was a setup. It was all a setup. This is a psyop, and I honestly don't know if Charlie really is still here or not, but it's starting to look more like Charlie was not the person he portrayed himself to be, just like Donald Trump wasn't, just like Erica Kirk wasn't, just like all these people that Charlie had surrounding him that were all stealing money and laundering money. Okay? So we've all been psyoped, we've all been fooled, and I'm fucking disgusted with it. Our government runs psyops on the American people constantly. And if this bitch literally thinks that our judicial system and our laws are really literally taken seriously by our own government, you're a fucking joke, bitch. Because they don't follow the law. Trump has been taking gifts from all over the world, from different countries, from different leaders, which is against the law as a president to be taking any forms of gifts from anybody. But nobody talks about that. Trump's own children have contracts with the DOD. Trump's own children are making billions of dollars. Trump is making billions of dollars on this presidency because they sat there for 4 years and watched Joe Biden and his family do it. So, and get away with it. So they knew they could do it too. This presidency is completely different than his first term. He has done a complete 180 on the people that voted for him. He has completely spit in our faces, degraded us, our intelligence, degraded the women, such as SA survivors, completely degraded them, spit in their fucking faces, slapped them across the face. And if he had it his way, I'm sure he'd probably put a bullet in their head to keep them quiet because they know too much. And he is the fact that anyone can sit there and say, oh, Donald Trump's been exonerated. These files proved he was the one that turned in Epstein. No, that's bullshit. Even my dad said that the other day. And I said, that's not true, Dad. Read the files. He didn't say anything until after the fact. And what he said was, so glad you guys are finally doing something. We've all known that this has been going on for a long time now. And if I were you, I'd focus on Ghislaine Maxwell because she's a monster trying to get the spotlight taken off of himself. That is all that read to me. And then when they literally go over the people that actually made any allegations against Trump, all it says is that these people were found to be mentally unstable and addicted to drugs. So they could not corroborate the evidence, and it was not substantial. There was no substantial evidence to back up these claims. That is not true. That's bullshit. Did they ever think maybe these girls might be a little mentally unstable and addicted to drugs because of what they got, what happened to them, what Donald Trump might have done to them? And what about the girl that isn't alive anymore that got her head blown open? What about that one? It's in the files. Go read it for yourself. I did. This man's a monster. And everybody that surrounded Charlie Kirk is too. And honestly, at this point, I think that Charlie Kirk might have been a monster as well. I don't fucking know. But this is sick. It's sadistic. It's satanic. It's demonic. You know, kind of like Candace Owens. She's demonic. But for real, like, these people are demonic. They're sick, sadistic, twisted motherfuckers. Vile scum human beings. I can't fucking stand it. Cannot fucking stand human beings like this. They are the most vile, inhumane. Like, how dare them? Even like, ugh. We deserve better. We deserve better as Americans. We so do. We deserve so much better than what our government is giving us. And we're just like constantly being used as experiments and psyops into believing something. And it's just not true. It's just not true. And I'm so thankful more people are waking up to it. I'm so thankful more people are seeing the truth for what it really is. Because the tell-lie vision is constantly just telling lies to our vision. So, thank God, more people are like Dee Dee than they are like this bitch Lisa. Because she's a fucking moron. And I hate using the word retard, but she literally is a retard. Like, she's a retard.
Dude, at the end of the day, you're making a bunch of wild accusations. What evidence do you have to support George Zinn is connected to Tyler Robinson?
I don't have
Or
any.
whoever took the shot, because you're claiming he didn't take the shot, but you can't even give me evidence on who did then.
I'm claiming I do not believe it based on what they've told us.
We don't have everything.
I don't even believe he was
Like,
Thank
you
you.
haven't even told us everything.
Thank
That's
you.
the problem.
Thank you. So if you don't
Do you
have
understand
everything,
But the
that there has
problem
to be-
here, though, Lisa, is that all the questions that are being asked, not one single person over at TPUSA can just come out and give us a fucking straight up answer and defend any of it. They can't. They won't. They refuse to. Instead, they send messages to your little cuck boy Gary and expect him to defend them for them. And he does. You guys do. You guys aren't doing a good job at it, but you do. You're working hard for that money. Working hard for that money, honey. Yes, you are. Man, if I was Erica, I would give this girl a job at TPUSA. I would. Her and that other girl. I don't know her name, the black chick that was on Gary's show. I would give them both a job because they're working for that. They're working for their 7K. They're working for it. These Zionist shills, they are working hard for that money and literally just making themselves look stupid and trying to tell Dee Dee that he's the one that making himself look stupid. This whole episode of Dee Dee, not once did he look stupid. Not once. Not once. But I could probably count 20 times where you made yourself look like a fool, Lisa, because Lisa don't know shit.
A trial that there
I'm
is a
about to
process
respond to
for
you,
these
Lisa.
things?
I'm
But
about
she's
to
not going
respond
to
to you.
shut
with your
up long
words. You
enough to
said
let you respond, Dee Dee, so
we do
just
not have
bear with
everything.
her.
That's
Bear
why
with
you
Because
should
there hasn't been
reserve.
a trial, Dee Dee.
That's man, she said this 3 times. I heard you the first time. Hey, Lisa, what I'm saying to you is because we don't have everything, wait before you say that the man is guilty. He's
Right.
innocent until proven guilty. Hasn't been proven yet, correct? Has it been proven?
Correct.
Thank you.
But
So why do you believe he's
we
guilty?
do have a lot of evidence to support. In fact, some of the top legal analysis and lawyers have literally said, he's argued before the Supreme Court. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, but he literally said that if you remove 90% of this case, you would still have enough to convict.
Yeah.
Because
I don't believe
that's
that.
how much evidence they have. We are literally seeing less
They have a
than
mountain of evidence according to Andrew Colvett. But you know what, Lisa? There's also a little pile over here of evidence that kind of says otherwise. Okay? That kind of says that there are other people involved. Kind of says, I mean, this man's life is on the line. Let's get that straight. His fucking life is on the line. If he didn't act alone, then that needs to be proven. But the FBI, they don't want to do it. They don't want to investigate it. They don't want nothing to do with it. Cash Patel, he just wants to fly around on private jets with his girlfriend, go party overseas, go to the Olympics and drink beers with the ice hockey guys. Like, no, but they don't want to do their job. None of them. They're all cosplaying. They're all LARPing. They are LARPing.
1%, probably
No, we're not.
less than a 1% of the evidence they have against him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they have multiple terabytes of information and documentation in this case. Just the social media and the communications from his phone alone is terabytes of information.
Right. But what about all the communications on his phone with him communicating with other people in a chat group talking about this kind of shit? Does that not make any of these other people guilty? How come nobody else has been brought in? You think this one guy should go down for it? One guy. And what about the police scanners? What about the police scanners with that Zachariah Qureshi guy running around from hospital to hospital looking for Charlie Kirk? What about the guy that was stopped in full black armor gear looking like an FBI agent? Like that. I mean, it's just, there's so much other shit out there, Lisa, that needs to be investigated. That they're just, the FBI shut it right down. And the foreign involvement that Joe Ken is talking about, shut right down. Nope, we're not allowed to go into that. We're not allowed to. Because if it implicates our greatest ally, we cannot do that. They have given Trump way too much money to implicate them in Charlie's. So they can't investigate that. They're not allowed to. And for you to sit up there and say that even Gary yesterday on Zach Costello tried to sit there and say that was fully looked into. And you just said it to yourself, Lisa. You said it was a nothing burger. How are you going to sit there and say it's a nothing burger when they literally shut him down from investigating it? And then, because he went off track with what his job title is. I'm pretty sure, but he was I can't even, this fucking girl. Oh my God. He was the counterintelligence. What was he? He was the National Counterintelligence Director of the National Counterintelligence. Yeah. DNI, Director of National Intelligence. Okay. But they shut him down from investigating any foreign intelligence being involved in any of this kind of national terrorism counterintelligence. They shut him down. So how are you going to sit there and say that? Fuck you. Fuck you, Lisa. This bitch. Oh, whoops.
Do you understand how much information that is?
So, yes, I do. I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll analyze it when I see it. I just want the truth. What
Except
I'm saying
right now,
to you is,
you're jumping again. You're putting the cart before the horse, and you're jumping
not.
ahead, saying that this man is innocent. He couldn't have pulled the trigger, yet you
That's not
don't
what he
even have
said.
any of that information. Do you understand
No.
how immature that is?
That's not what he said.
No. Let me tell you my position. You don't get to tell me my position. My position is based on what they've shown us, based on what they've told us, they lack proof. I don't have enough information to believe that this man did this. That makes sense. That's illogical. I don't have enough
that's
information
not
to believe
logical.
it.
That's extremely illogical when you are looking at less than 1% of the evidence against this man.
I think it's very logical to say, let me see the rest of the evidence before I believe he's guilty. That makes sense.
Right.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yes,
What you're
it
saying
does.
is completely illogical. And again, that's not even how cases work. That's not how the legal system works. Apparently you need to have like some actual.
I'm pretty sure it's innocent until proven guilty is how the legal system is supposed to work in this country. Innocent until proven guilty. Yes, there has not been any trial, so they have not proven that this man is guilty. So therefore, he's innocent right now until proven guilty. But everybody over here, TV USA, all these shills are going around literally convicting him before he's even been convicted. Okay, Erica Kirk, 11 days after Charlie fucking getting up on stage like a fucking, oh man, very well coordinated, fucking extravagant. What'd she say it was? Oh man, what'd she say? The event of the year or something, the event of the century. Okay, very well choreographed, scripted event of the century. Gets up there with fireworks, glitter and glam, and says, I forgive him. Before he's even been convicted, you're forgiving someone that has not even been convicted of his murder yet. So you're literally implicating, I mean, you're convicting him. You're literally convicting him. And then everybody else around you, all these shows over here have convicted him too already. Instead of actually looking at the other evidence over here that Candace and Barron and all these other people and Dankster and Dee Dee have uncovered, instead of looking at that and taking that into consideration, you are convicting this man. But there's so much more to this case that meets the eye that literally we are just trying, Dee Dee, all of them, they're just trying to make sure that it gets looked at before one man has his life taken away for something that he might not have done. That is it. That is all these people are doing. They're asking questions that we all wonder, we all want to know, because Charlie, if you didn't watch him, you could watch him, watch the last month of his fucking shows, watch the last couple months of his life. He was questioning everything. He was questioning everything. He was finding out the truth, and I know that. He was questioning everybody's fucking motives. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good for him. They had to shut him up. I don't think Tyler Robinson had anything to do with this, honestly. My opinion. I think he was there. I think that they knew that he was going to be there, and they set him up. Because, I mean, they monitor all of us. They monitor us constantly. You can't tell me that they didn't know what he was saying in his Discord. They didn't know what he was saying in his group chats. You can't tell me that they weren't monitoring the kid Skylar that was writing songs about Charlie, dead at 31, and a book comes out the day before he dies about the day he died. Charlie Kirk's dead at 31. I mean, like, what the fuck? What are you even saying right now, Lisa? Like, none of it makes sense because none of this other shit is even being looked at or discussed by any of you. Nobody has once brought up the fact of his corrupt ass wife who has all these connections and ties to human transportation. No, not one of you guys want to talk about that. You and Gary don't want to talk about it. Meanwhile, Gary sits there with his little boy love logo on his fucking stream, on his fucking picture. It sickens me.
Experts on this show to explain this to you. Maybe have someone come on who actually understands the ballistics, who disagrees with your position. Have someone come on who actually is a legal analyst and has legal expertise that disagrees with you on this, and have them break it down and explain it to you. But at the end of the day, what you are saying is not logical. Again, you have seen less than 1%, probably 0.55%.
She's just making up numbers, y'all. She don't know what she's talking about.
And you are making massive leaps that this man is innocent when you don't have all of what's available.
That's not the leap I'm making. Now I'm about to respond. I hope you don't cut me off. My response is not making a massive leap that this man is innocent. I'm making massive leaps that what they provided us, there's enough
proves he didn't
doubt
work
where he
low.
will get off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we?
Yep, we are. Do you have any final thoughts before you want to? I know you have to go.
I know that statement is going to age like milk, but anyway, you have a day.
You as well.
Have a day. She's a rotten bitch.
All right. Now that we've gotten that distraction out of the way, I'm about to cook. Let me just throw some things at you all to sort of paint the narrative, because it was very convenient that Charlie was taken out, that the Charlie Kirk event happened when it did. Very, very convenient. She just went to ad hominems. I expected that. She just went to you. It's the burden of proof is on you. I expected that. I came prepared. You're not going to just gaslight me the whole interview or the whole debate and think that that's how it's going to go. No. You're saying that this man is guilty. He should be prosecuted. Show me the proof, lady. You don't have it. What you expect us to believe about what Tyler Robinson did makes no sense. It makes no sense. But let me just throw some dates at you all. In mid-July of 2025, that's when the Utah event was scheduled for Charlie Kirk, right? We have proof for all of this. If I end up editing this video and making it a regular video, I'll put the images on the screen. In mid-July, his Utah event was scheduled, but it wasn't actually announced until August, but we'll get there. On August 5th, a person by the name of Matab Syed, or Saeed, who was the director of the FBI in Utah,
Was fired.
on August 5th, this woman was fired or removed from her position as the director of the FBI with no explanation to this day. Let me tell you, and these are all things we've covered over the past 5-6 months. So forgive me if you've heard this already, but we have to end this video on a high note so that there's no room left to better understand what truly happened with this situation, what was happening in the background. So mid-July, the Utah event was scheduled for Charlie Kirk. August 5th, the director of the FBI in Utah was fired or removed with no explanation to this day by Kash Patel. This is even more problematic, or this is especially problematic, because this woman was put into her position during the Trump administration. And everybody around her called her a really legendary expert in her position. So she was great at her job. She wasn't a DEI hire, right? Why was this person removed? The person that replaced her happened to be a guy from the Washington, D.C. political apparatus. Okay. So why would they remove her? Just a week later, on August 13th, Harris Smith posted this tweet that Lisa had no explanation for, because of course you're not going to have an explanation for these things. I'm not going to name names.
That was just an anti-Semitic trope, she said. That's just another anti-Semitic trope that's been going on since October 7th. All these anti-Semites.
I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks that one nation will unalive him if he turns against them. A month before, huh? Okay. Well, just a week and a half later, on August the 27th, the Utah event is announced. It's officially announced. It was scheduled back in mid-July. On August 27th, it was announced. And then the FARA agreement was drafted. FARA stands for Foreign Agent Registration Act, which, as we know, this is an act that basically requires a person who's within the states working on the behalf of a foreign entity or a foreign interest. They have to report that they're doing so and why they're doing so. This was actually drafted on August the 27th. And then it was signed on September the 8th. Just 2 days before the whole Charlie Kirk event. How convenient. It's also convenient that the same day that this was signed, that being the FARA Act, this was the same exact day on September the 8th, that is, Charlie Kirk was in that group chat with Andrew Covid and a few other people, a couple of rabbis, where he was stating that he would not be bullied by his Jewish donors, and they had left him no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. The same day.
Same day, he said he was thinking about asking candidates to come back and start getting back involved in the events.
Then just a week and a half later, Erica was announced as the new CEO of Turning Point USA. They paved over the crime scene. Why would they do that?
Paved over it 5
What
days
I haven't
later.
seen very many people mention is that when the shots rang out, why did no one turn around and look from behind them? You said, well, they were in almost like a bowl, a coliseum, right? So it was like an echo. The sounds bounced off the walls. Okay, maybe. Some people should turn around and look behind them, though, right? Why did the security team not seem afraid for their lives while they were working on Charlie? What were they doing with Charlie behind the table?
Mm-hmm.
Why did that not use the EMT?
And then why did all of his security people that were still left there after they took off with Charlie to the hospital, why'd they go back and go over the whole field and analyze it and pick up little pieces of whatever? Why? Why did they do that? Also, why did Terrell Farnsworth take out the fucking SD card? Why? Why did he do that? Why did he step on the chair that was evidence? I mean, that was evidence, if you ask me. Why did Erica Kirk get Charlie's phone back? That should have been kept for evidence to investigate thoroughly and further. Erica Kirk even got his necklace back that he had on that day. The microphone that he was holding. That sits at Mar-a-Lago now in a glass case. It's fucked up, man. There's so much to it.
Or the EMS group that was there. Why? Why did Mikey McCoy turn around in less than a second? Never ducked, never ran, never screamed, never cried.
Right away.
Why?
But why did the cameraman, the two cameramen behind the tent, why did they immediately turn and both, literally, one guy put his arm on the guy and helped walk him over behind the tent? He knew exactly where that they were going to be coming out to get the shot before Charlie, almost before his body even hit the ground. I mean, why?
Don't come on my show gaslighting me with this nonsense. We clearly see and we saw what was leading up in Charlie's life. Nobody's stupid, bro. It's not going to work.
They are.
Why did the Farnsworth guy get the SD card out? Oh, I didn't want anybody to steal it. Why didn't you take the whole camera? The camera's expensive. In fact, it's much more expensive than the SD card. Yeah, okay. Why did you immediately record yourself that they unalived Charlie? How did you know he was unalived already? It had just happened. It wasn't announced until like hours later from Trump. How did you know within seconds? Why were there other people there recording? Like those two women back there by the Wagoneers or the SUVs. Why? Make it make sense. Don't tell me, don't gaslight me like it's not going to work here. Right? I showed this woman a video of literally breaking down the rifle. You have to break it down, lady. It has to take time.
That's what the FBI told us anyway.
No adrenaline, calm as a bird. On video, it took this man a minute and a half, 2 minutes. How was Tyler able to break it down so fast? You said, well, we don't know that he broke it down. Okay. Where was the gun at? Where was it at?
Wrapped up in a towel.
Make it make sense. If you believe that he did this, you're supposed to tell me, well, we have terabytes and there's evidence we haven't seen yet. That's why, because of the evidence I haven't seen yet. Make it make sense. Yeah.
Why a week later, when Erica Kirk was asked on the show, Andrew Colvett was reiterating a conversation he had with Erica when they asked her, like, what do you know anyway? What is it what do you know? And she goes, I know everything. Why? Why did she say that? Why did she say that? She knows everything? And why did Andrew even reiterate that back to the American public? And then why, when Andrew Colvett was talking to Megyn Kelly, why did Andrew say everybody's processing their guilt differently? And Megyn Kelly literally had to correct him and say grief. Literally stopped him and corrected and said grief. And he goes, yes, thank you. Sorry, I mean grief. Everybody is processing their grief differently. What the fuck, dude? He literally came out and said, everybody has been processing their guilt differently. Because that's what he was thinking. He was thinking. He was feeling guilty, obviously. Come on. I mean, yeah, you can mess up words like that, but that's a serious thing to mess up that word when you're literally saying, like, when you're trying to make yourself look like you are dealing with grief, but you say you're trying to process guilt. Like, wow, what the fuck? Anyway.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Exactly. Make it make fucking sense. You can't.
Let me play this clip. I meant to play for her, but she was all over the place. So This is a bomb sniffing dog. Or just to give you an example of how great these dogs' noses are. Just because a dog is trained to smell certain things does not mean that you can't get them to find something else that's similar to it. Let's use this video as an example. This is incredible. This man literally, he drew ink on his glove, not even the pen itself, just the ink. Watch what his border collie is about to do. Don't gaslight me.
Dogs are amazing. They have the most amazing noses. And whether it's a bomb or a gunpowder residue, they're gonna smell it. That's a border collie, okay? Not a German Shepherd, which is the most common dog used for canines. Aww. He's so cute. Got it. Gonna get it. Aww. Aww, that's so cute. Dogs are the best. My doggies are all sleeping. They're all cuddled up sleeping. You guys are so awesome. Hi, Oscar. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry, buddy. So cute.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I don't even know if this is a professional dog. The police dog couldn't find a gun? And if the dogs are not trained to find guns, why would the police use the dog then? They wouldn't intentionally bring a dog out there that's not trained to find what they needed to find unless the dog was capable of doing so. How come it didn't get found until the feds conveniently showed up? Why is that?
Come here.
Don't insult my intelligence. Her mentioning Andrew Wilson. I've called out Andrew Wilson a couple of times. I would love to have that discussion. You're not going to interrupt me and try to harp on just one word and keep it there for the last 30 minutes. It's not going to work here. It's not going to work here.
Hey,
you don't have footage of that man taking the shot. You're talking about executing a person in real life.
Yeah,
you need to be absolutely sure that he did it. You need to be absolutely sure that he did it. And I'm keeping it surface level because y'all already know I got other thoughts about what may have happened that day.
But if that
We're
was
just entertaining the fact that Charlie's no longer here.
Sniff that out immediately.
Right?
That was pen ink.
But it's something else I want to play as well.
Baby.
Because I tried my best to refrain from Candace said this. Because Candace had a relationship with Charlie. Obviously, she's more closer to the people. She's more closely connected to TPUSA than the rest of us. Obviously. I don't know Candace personally. I don't think you should 100% trust any human, including Candace. However, I refrained from mentioning, well, Candace said Andrew COVID told her this, and Erica Kirk. I was trying my best not to do that as much as I wanted to. But those are data points. Another red flag is that the FBI hasn't reached out to Candace to talk to her. Candace could be 100% lying about all this. All the things that she said. Why won't the FBI reach out and see? You have to investigate it to see. I asked this lady, Joe Kent said that they prevented him from looking into it. She said, well, it wasn't his job. Why would he even attempt to do something that he knows that he's not able to do? As the director of the Counterterrorism Center, he has absolute authority to look to see if there's any foreign ties to a public powwowing on American soil. And then, of course he has
the fact that he reached out
do you do that?
and brought it to Kash Patel's attention, who has the actual authority to investigate all of it and any of it, shut it the fuck down. See you in Valhalla, brother. See you in Valhalla. This shit's a fucking joke. All of it. I don't fucking trust any of it. I don't trust any of them. The government lies to us constantly. The law enforcement lies to us constantly. Our military has been corrupted to the fucking core. They're running psyops on us. They're doing MK experiments on us. They're fucking running brothels. I mean, come on. There's in the military, they get away with it. These people get away with it. Military men. They get charged with something, it gets brought to court and dropped because they're military. The military.
He's only the director.
Nothing against the actual guys that fight to defend our country. But when you're sending them all overseas to defend another country, they're not doing what they took an oath to do. Okay? Literally, like, I feel like it's dereliction of duty. They're literally like doing the complete opposite. They're sending them overseas, and how the fuck are they going to protect us if we need it? They're all overseas and fucking putting their life on the line for another country for a war that they didn't fucking want to. We didn't vote for this shit. Fuck, man.
Right? He's only the director. I politely asked this lady before.
It's like a sick joke.
If
It's
she
a
could
sick
just
joke.
refrain from using inappropriate language, profanity, things that YouTube may flag. And she literally came onto the channel and did just that. A lot of you all won't be surprised to hear that, but I'm a little disappointed.
Why?
I'm a bit disappointed that she did that because I'm
She's
probably gonna have to make this
rotten.
because I mean the video may get flagged.
That goes rotten, Dee Dee. Don't be surprised.
But I want you all to listen to Erica Kirk
She was rotten.
and her
Lisa
opinion on Tyler
knows
Robinson.
She's
This
a
was
bitch.
a clip
She was
from
rotten.
Candace's show earlier today. Her reaction is the same reaction all of us should have. At the very least, you should be skeptical or open to new information.
They sit there every day and they live stream Candace and Baron, and then they don't even watch the whole thing. They literally, as soon as they start talking about something they don't want their audience to see or hear, they shut it right down. And then Gary will say, okay, what else? What else did Baron talk about? Is there anything else here that I should be, anything else important? And the other guy on the stream goes, no, nothing. Just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Whatever she fucking, giggity gook. Fucking literally like nothing burger. I can't believe that she literally came on and said that the shit with Joe Kent was a nothing burger. Like, I hate that term, nothing burger, and it absolutely was not a nothing burger, or Andrew Colvett would not have sent those text messages to Joe Kent in the first fucking place. Why wouldn't he have sent it to Kash Patel? Obviously, he was worried and was concerned about one specific foreign nation. That's why he sent it to Joe Kent.
100% convinced. With all the things that's out there, all the things that was happening in Charlie's life, all the things, by the way, Erica Kirk will not talk about.
No, none of them did.
All the things that Charlie Kirk was publicly saying to Megyn Kelly and other people on podcasts, things that he was experiencing in his life, she will not talk about it. Why won't you talk about that, Erica? But let's go to what she says about Tyler Robinson.
It was her sit down with Barry Weiss, literally 72 hours before her and I sat down. And I just forgot that Barry Weiss asked her specifically whether or not she believed Tyler Robinson killed her husband. And listen to this terrible D-list actress. Take a listen.
Do you believe that Tyler Robinson murdered your husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard
Fucking
for so
evil
many
eyes.
people to
Look at that
believe
bitch. Her
that
fucking
reality?
evil eyes.
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting team. I've seen it all.
Evil. She is evil. When I watched
Yep.
that, I went, she's evil. I am so infuriated watching that back because
Me too.
she's lying. She's objectively
She got a big
lying,
smile on her
and she's
face the whole
acting.
fucking
She was
time,
told
too.
to say that to make people believe that she had access to something that we didn't, right? It was because of that clip that when I went in to meet with her, I was going, oh, okay, maybe she has something that the public doesn't. I spoke to them. I've been in touch with the lawyers. I've seen the autopsy report. And then I sit down with her 72 hours later, and she tells me, and her lawyer confirms to me, that they have nothing more than what the public has seen. And
Now, here's what makes it weird. So when I presented this to Lisa just moments ago, she said, well, has Candace provided any proof? I'm not here to defend the Candace Owens. I'm here to defend truth. But for you to just choose who to believe, what third party to believe and who not to believe. So in other words, Lisa mentioned or referenced multiple times that Tyler Robinson's mother even said that it was Tyler that did it, right? That it was him in the photo or something to that effect. A statement I don't believe. But when Candace says that she met with Erica Kirk, Andrew Kovic, none of them have denied that this meeting took place. She stated that Erica Kirk and her attorney said that they don't have any additional evidence after all. Now all of a sudden, she wants to see proof. Now all of a sudden, she don't believe this third party. Candace is one of the biggest voices in the world. This would be an easy
matter. What
debunking.
Candace says doesn't
Erica
matter.
could come out, Andrew Kovic could
Doesn't
come out and say,
matter.
this never happened. We never told her that. That hasn't happened. Why? She goes, well, because they're about to sue her. How do you know that? How do you know
Because
that?
if you watch Gary at all, Dee, you would see they are literally making a case for Erica to sue Baron and Candace. Actually, they're literally making a case for defamation for them. It's fucking sad. It's a joke. Like, you're not allowed to have an opinion anymore. You're not allowed to suspect anybody of any crimes or, you know, possible homicide. Or, you're not allowed. Or it's defamation of character.
In fact, her lawyer went through great lengths to explain to me that it was actually, that's just not the way it works. Of course, they don't have anything more. He explained to me very carefully that it wasn't the right time for them to have any more evidence, that the investigation was just beginning. And so right now, their guys are going out and they're going to look for evidence. And then by May, which is fortunately around the corner, then she'll see what they found. So what the F is that performance? How could you sit up there and say,
It's the same thing she does every time she gets in front of a
100%
camera,
believe Tyler
Candace.
Robinson did it? That right there is why it is impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit somehow. Because what wife with no more evidence, she's lying, like I said, she told me, I spoke to the lawyer too. He said he didn't know anything more. What wife would not say?
So not only is Candace saying that Erica told her this, but the attorney did too. This is an easy debunking that they can easily debunk this lady. They've refused to do that.
They've refused to
I
just...
have no idea. I'm looking
tell
forward
the
to seeing the
truth.
evidence as much as anybody else is. Of course, maybe there could be more people out there. What's that?
It's so convenient as well. I mean, I cannot go without saying this. It's just so convenient that all these people just happen to be Zionists. I didn't even know Lisa was a Zionist. I assume so. I presume that was the case. But it wasn't until she was on here and then she started spewing it's always people saying that it's the Jews and Israel.
It's all the
these
anti-Semitic
conspiracy
tropes.
theories. Really? Really? She said herself that she don't care about Charlie and what he was dealing with leading up to that point.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
No correlation.
Didn't matter.
No
Had nothing to
connection.
do with it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because it was the left.
Let me see what else
The
did I miss.
left
'cause
guys.
I
Even
couldn't
Trump
go
the
in
other
order.
day. Yeah, he was.
Another question I wanted to ask was, why is it that the FBI hasn't
Be
reached out
safe.
to all of these people like a Candace or Harrison Smith, the guy
He
who
was
put out the tweet?
radicalized by
It's
the
my understanding
left.
some of you all in the chat were saying that did happen. I have to double check and confirm that. I don't like to knowingly spew lies. But if people are claiming to have additional information or foreknowledge or, have reason to believe that something else could have happened, or maybe people was working with Tyler Robinson. To be fair, I don't know if I got to state this when Lisa was here. I don't rule out the fact that Tyler Robinson may have played some role, but I want you all, she mentioned MLK. A lot of you all may not know this, but I don't believe it was the JFK assassination. I believe it was MLK. The person that was accused of Pow Pow and MLK, who claimed to be a patsy, by the way, his understanding was that he was there to do something else. I guess someone offered him money or some sort of benefit of showing up to do something else. And I guess when he got there, he was framed, allegedly. That could be what's happening here. I
Absolutely.
don't see any footage. If you show me footage of Tyler Robinson doing this and it's clear that it's not AI and the proof is there, okay, fine. I'm cool with that being the case. I'm okay with that. I haven't seen it. And knowing everything that Charlie was dealing with, you got to be a
Fucking
Google the fool,
moron.
man. Nobody's stupid. We know who propped up Charlie Kirk. We know why his organization was so big. It wasn't just because he was brilliant. And he was brilliant in some ways. But it's not just because of his brilliance.
But he was very
There were other things
biblically
going on, and we know it.
incorrect.
The
That's
dude
for
had had
sure.
enough. He was under a lot of pressure. It's amazing to me that now all of a sudden context does not matter. It does not matter if he was in fear for his life. It does not matter if we have reason to believe that he was in fear for his life. It doesn't matter anymore. Now all of a sudden you need to be an attorney and a legal expert. But last time I checked, there's a couple of us in this apparatus, if you will, in this stratosphere of the Charlie Kirk investigation online that happen to have a background in law or
Yep.
legal work.
But no one will
Barron
talk
being
to
one of
him.
them. Now, she made the claim that Barron is in Candace Owens' pocket. I don't know. That may be true. That may not be true. I don't know. I know that I agree with the things that I'm hearing from them.
Because they're friends.
That much I can give you.
He's in her pocket.
I'll tell you that much. I said that Google Trends. Lady, these people in these places were being researched months and weeks.
Yep.
She seems to not care about that either.
The doctor, the
That's a bit
medical
weird.
examiner.
Once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is enemy action.
That's the medical examiner. It is a woman named Dr. Deidre Weiss Amaro, and she blew in from California. She was announced as the new state medical examiner in May of 2024. So I'm interested
All
in learning as much as I
Zionists
can about this
also.
medical examiner. I'd like to know more about this medical examiner.
You know who else wanted to know more about Dr. Deidre Amaro? It's our friends over there in the state of Israel. But check out this date, June 30th, 2025. A sudden spike in the interest of the head medical examiner of the state of Utah, Dr. Deidre Amaro, emanating from, once again, the state of Israel, for reasons unknown. What about Timpanogos Regional Hospital, the hospital where Charlie Kirk was declared dead? Well, there's pretty much no interest in Timpanogos Regional Hospital in the state of Israel because why would there be? Except this spike that happened about a month before Charlie Kirk's death. That is very odd. And it was a surgeon from this hospital that told us that Charlie Kirk was a quote unquote man of steel and that his body stopped a bullet that would typically just go through everything, and it was an absolute miracle. We don't know yet which surgeon supposedly said that, but here are a few surgeons who work at Timpanogos Regional Hospital. We got Dr. Stephen Nealman, Dr. Robert Patterson, Dr. Lee Peterson, Dr. Lee Trotter, just to name a few. I wonder if anybody was searching for these folks.
Stephen Nealman, July 18th, 2025. This was out of our friends on the other side of the planet over there. Very curious about the surgeons in Utah, you'll find out. Robert Patterson, MD, July 23 and 24. I go to the next one, Lee Trotter, someone with an IP address originating in Israel, looking up surgeon Lee Trotter, near about that same July 20 time period. Are there other surgeons in the area? Yeah, as a matter of fact, there is. There's a guy
Right
named Lee
after
Patterson.
Charlie had
So I
that
look up Lee Patterson.
intervention.
Somebody with an IP address originating Israel.
Interesting, huh?
in the week of July 20, that week on either side of July 20, was very interested in all the people who practice surgery at Timpanogos Regional Hospital in Orem, Utah.
So yeah, I don't know. We can either believe that there just happened to be a few people in the state of Israel in the month of July and August who were very interested in finding out more about a certain regional hospital in the state of Utah and who the state's head medical examiner was,
Which
and,
is fucking
the different
sus,
surgeons
man.
in the area. Or maybe there's just one too many coincidences to not investigate further.
It's
Oh, by
like
the way, I
they
just
were
checked.
setting up, planning for, had that event not gone the way they wanted or planned, to make sure that everything was set up at the hospital to make sure that Charlie did not walk out of there alive. I don't know, maybe. Or maybe, possibly, allegedly, I don't know, just my opinion. But that's what it seems like to me.
Google Trends looks like now. And yeah, looks like absolutely nothing to see here, guys.
Shout out to James Lee. I believe it's
Yes, shout out
5149.
to James Lee.
Go get that man a follow, putting out incredible work. Those are the type of videos, at the very least, it could mean nothing, right? But it's a data point.
But it
These
should be
people, like Lisa, are
investigated.
stating, yeah, it means nothing. Don't look into it. Nothing else to see here. Move on. Believe what you're told. Huh? A person like this, that being Lisa, you can have conversations like Freemasonry and occultism and esoteric conversations with them. There's a lot more going on here, and we know it, right? I do believe that this was a ritual, whether he's no longer here or if he's still here, if you catch my drift. I do believe it was a ritual nonetheless. The ritual can still be performed because the intended effects will still be at play, right? Andrew Wilson, I can see people mentioning Andrew Wilson. Andrew was, here's my thing. This is my belief. I could be wrong, and I will apologize if it's proven that I'm wrong, and it can be proven by the fact that maybe he's debated other people that's not as popular. I don't know. I believe specifically the reason why Andrew Wilson, which I've seen on Twitter or X, has been publicly calling out, in his fairness to him, he's called out Candace and he's called out Baron Coleman. I believe it's for clout. Yes, I do. I do believe that he holds the position that he holds, which falls on the other end of the spectrum. But however, it's interesting to me that he's choosing those two. Why? Maybe he's called out other people and I'm not aware, and I will apologize if that's the case. But I've mostly only seen him call out Candace and Baron. The reason why I believe that's about clout is because obviously it's Candace Owens. She is the #1 podcaster any given other day. And then Baron Coleman has been given a shout out and clipped and interviewed on Candace's show. He's getting a lot of traffic to his channel right now. Something that a lot of YouTubers wouldn't mind to have themselves. So even though Baron and I have similar sized channels, the traction on his channel is a lot greater right now because of the work that he's doing. But that shouldn't matter. What matters is you hold a position, I hold a position, stand on it. You believe Tyler Robinson did this as a lone shooter? Where's your proof of that, bro? It doesn't exist. Not that we've seen. It
There's
doesn't
more proof
publicly
that he was
exist,
not a lone shooter.
right? Right? I asked you why they paved over the crime scene. Where's your answer?
She didn't answer it.
That is weird. It's suspicious. It's odd. It's unusual. To her point, the trial hasn't started. The pre-trial
5
has not
days
even started.
after. pave
Why would
over
you be
it.
paving over the crime scene immediately? Why would you do that? Why are you hiring new FBI directors just before? New medical examiners. Why would you be doing that? Make that make sense. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing.
No.
We haven't even gotten to, because I'm trying to steer away from anything that they say we can't take to court. Because we can point to all the things that Charlie was dealing with outside of his that day. Like I said, Charlie was scheduled for an event the very next day, and there was no security scheduled to be at that event. Why would that be the case? Why would that be the case? There was no security scheduled. And Brian Harpo himself said, I believe in his Sean Ryan interview, that they always schedule security weeks before, weeks prior,
True.
weeks ahead. Make that make sense. These
Can't.
things are weird.
Just can't.
All we have to prove is reasonable doubt. My job isn't to necessarily prove Tyler Robinson's innocence. My job is to prove reasonable doubt. This will be a walk in the park, from my perspective, based on what we've seen. If there's additional evidence that we haven't seen that further prove that what they're saying is true, I'd love to see it. If it comes out, I'll change my tune. I don't expect that to happen, because there's so many other things going on here that I would love for them to explain. How did Tyler disassemble that weapon so fast? Where's the proof that was Tyler Robinson? That could have been Michael Jackson. I don't know. Let me see the proof. Yeah, let me see the proof. So you can refer to professionals when they agree with you, but not when they don't. You got to take all of it in and consider all possibilities, right? How was this man able to do this so well? How come it's always the case that they don't check the roof? We all know that's almost the #1 spot where they take them out, where people are always pow from Trump, Charlie, MLK, the list goes on. It just so happened it's so convenient that they didn't check the roof that day. Okay. And it's so convenient that the bullet hit him and stayed inside of him. Didn't shatter nothing, didn't go through nothing. No, okay. Cool. Just 3,721 coincidences and convenient coincidences that we're supposed to just believe happened that day. Okay. Cool. That debate went the way I thought it would go. I'm very proud of it. I'm very satisfied with it.
Me too, Didi.
Yeah.
You did a great job, buddy. Great job. You made her.
Let me get to these super chats, man. Let's see what y'all thinking. Shout out to a lady 7473 for the $2 super chat. Daily Mail reported bullet
doesn't match the weapon.
I've seen that. It's been a while since I read that. I forgot about that. My guess would be people like Lisa don't care about that.
Yeah, no.
Then leaving true. Thank you for the $5 super chat. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. Everybody and their mama know that. Everybody knows that. You arrested me. So you have to prove that I did it. Where's your proof? Who walks into a courtroom as the prosecution or arguing, because we're not attorneys, we're not really on the legal team. All right, fine. Who walks into a courtroom, though, arguing or believing that Tyler Robinson is guilty, and you walk in, but you don't have the evidence? Instead, you're going to say, I believe you're guilty. We arrested you, and we're going to prosecute you and put you in jail, maybe even the death penalty, unless you can prove that you didn't do it. Nah, it works two ways, baby. You got to prove that I did it. I can keep my mouth shut. I plead the fifth. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Thank you for the follow super chat. Didi, this is all about blackmail and money laundering and the elite making money at the price of law, which reminds me, good point, TJ. Like, this reminds me, the dudes called for a Doge effort. A Doge effort, to our knowledge, has ceased to exist since. All before this happened.
A week.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Reminds me of the interview on Poppin' Politics. That's right. You've been around. There's a YouTube channel called Poppin' Politics. For those of you that don't know, I went into their show like maybe a year ago now, something crazy. And the women humiliated themselves. You know, we were discussing Israel and the Trump administration and how he's been flip-flopping and he hasn't, you know, and yeah. You just look at these people and you say, how, bro? This wasn't going to be another example of me with Pastor John Amenchukwu. I was respectful. I believe I was respectful with Lisa, but I'm not going to be a pushover and you're not going to gaslight me. You're trying to use up time with just insulting me and you want to focus on one question and stay there and not actually get into the details of the case, because you know if you get into the details of the case, everything you're saying falls apart. Because getting into the detail will immediately, not even if you get down the line, you would immediately create reasonable doubt. Right away, you have reasonable doubt. The gun theory of him getting on the roof, shooting, disassembling the weapon, all of that.
They're just not.
That alone would just gone. But that went over her head, though. Thank you for the $5. Harrison, in fact, did
bash on fucking Joe Kent for saying that if they asked him to testify, if they subpoenaed him to the trial and asked him to testify, that he would, because that's just what he's all about, the truth. And then they're gonna bash him for that. Unreal.
The feds, she don't know nothing. Take the kid gloves out, Didi.
Yeah, see, I knew it. He said he went to the feds and they did nothing. They did nothing. They didn't get back to him. Nothing.
I'm just not reading this, but I think I did her service. Thank you for the follow-up chat. If she truly believes in her case, the why is she so defensive? Then why is she so right? You're supposed to come into the conversation like I am, confidently arguing your points, defending your points. You don't come in and just harp on one.
She's literally probably sitting there right now, clipping all of her parts out where she laid her case out and made Didi look like a fool, so she can post them on her social media. That's probably what this girl is doing right now. And she's not going to post any of Didi's points that he made. She's just going to post all the points she made and try to make herself look good. Like she actually did a good job defending that, but she didn't. She looked like a fucking idiot.
What evidence do you believe that he's innocent? Lady, I'm telling you. We don't even get it. We ain't even got into what Charlie was going through in his personal life. We haven't even gotten into that. Let's just see, because I already know where you're going to go with it.
According to her,
which is where she still went with it. You don't have the proof of that. That's just hearsay.
Didn't matter.
Okay, let's focus on what we know.
And Joe Kent deserves to be put in a straitjacket, she said.
And off the roof, we never see him get on the roof. The person that they're claiming to be Tyler Robinson in that black shirt does not look like Tyler Robinson.
I don't remember which one.
Not just from a face perspective, but the body stature.
Should be in a straitjacket.
Right? Where's the weapon? Even if it is Tyler Robinson, fine, you can have that. Where's the weapon? Oh, it's in his backpack. It can't fit. We've been through that.
His ass,
they said themselves it was in his pants. He can't walk up those stairs with that rifle. It's too large. We've been here. Not to mention when he's coming off the roof, whoever this he is, he's running. You can't run with that rifle in your pants like that. All these professionals have come out. This is common sense. Thank you for the $10 super chat. If you say someone is going to die, then that person dies. Any reasonable police force is going to bring you in for questioning.
Feds haven't done that, which means cover up.
Some weird going on.
Exactly.
She don't even understand. She couldn't even process the fact that, first and foremost, she said she had never seen this. So she was caught in real time. But then her argument was, why hasn't he went to the feds and why hasn't he revealed it? Lady, I have the same questions. Those are good questions. I agree. Why hasn't he? But you're missing the first important point, which is the existence of it to begin with. What does that mean? Another thing she couldn't explain, the Andrew COVID thing. Why would Andrew COVID send it to Joe Kent? You know why. Only reason that would be a data point is if he was in fear for his life based on the donors. That's why. Otherwise, why would you send it to them? To one of the highest people in the government, Joe Kent. By the way, Andrew COVID, if I remember correctly, said he sent it to other people as well. Make it make sense, people. The math ain't mathing. Didi, she is not on your level. She's being blasted. I don't know what this one was doing.
They don't care. Erica's innocent.
She don't need publicity.
Guilty.
She is a joke for real.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't.
Execute him. All right.
I'm grateful though.
Damn.
Because as many of you said when John Namajuku came on here, I said, well, I said at the end, I said, well, man, I hope you come back sometime. When he got off, a lot of y'all was like, nah, Didi, you know dang well he not coming back after that humiliation ritual. Something tells me the same is going to happen with Lisa. She was out of her league, respectfully. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I wouldn't say it's a waste of time, but people need to know what's really going on in Iran. It's bad. And the news media isn't telling us the facts. Let's not forget, Charlie was against the war. Exactly. And he was against the war. And he stated this multiple times. He talked about how crazy Lindsey Graham is. He talked about how we do not need to do boots on the ground, which is literally what we're doing now, boots on the ground, because there are going to be heavy after effects and consequences to boots on the ground. It's going to last. It's going to prolong a lot longer. It's going to last and prolong that much more based on the fact that we have men on the ground. It does not matter if we don't have as many men on the ground as we had in Iraq. What matters is that we're doing it. And why are we over there? What does this have to do with America? Stop lying and gaslighting us about weapons of mass destruction and building a bomb. Stop it.
They obliterated the nuclear program in June.
Stop it.
Fucking
We're not buying
They're
what
all
you're selling.
liars.
We've been here before, bro. We're in the age of social media. We're in the age of information. We know better. We've noticed patterns. Trump pulled the rug on y'all. That's what happened.
Yeah.
MAGA, he pulled the rug on you. Don't even feel embarrassed because he sold you a good game. Yeah. Charlie was 100% against it. We all know he was. It's video footage.
And now they're going to lose the midterms and they want to blame Candace.
Now look what's happening. That right there is weird. That right there should tell you something. All right?
Fucking disgusting. It's Trump's fault, not Candace's fault.
She don't need the publicity. She's Joe for real. Thank you.
Epstein hoax.
Thank you. Tyler, thank you for $2 super chat. Didi, why you cook her like that? LOL. Look. I'm fair, and I want to be clear about my position. Tyler Robinson may have played some role at some point. My position is not that this man is 100% innocent of any role at all. My position is the story that they've given us, I don't believe it. We have reason and very good reason to not believe it. As currently delivered to us. The way that they've served this on a platter, something's not right with that. As a matter of fact, it's not just something's wrong with the chicken. There's something wrong with the chicken, the mashed potatoes, the green beans, the asparagus, and even the potatoes as well. There's something wrong with all of it. Not just the chicken.
I love it.
The chicken isn't cooked all the way. The mashed potato has grass in it. That's not parsley.
You went live with as if it were.
The asparagus looks spoiled. The potatoes are still too hard. Something's wrong with this plate. I'm not stating that Tyler Robinson couldn't play some role. Something's off. And again, we haven't even gotten to what was going on in his personal life. That leads us that we recognize patterns. We can put two and two together. But you can't just come put two and two together and be all feels and trust me, bros, in court. I get it. But when you're trying to prove reasonable doubt, it shouldn't be hard here at all. Ask her about the itinerary that was photoshopped by Andre that her and Gary went live with as if it was a smoking gun. I should have asked her that. She wouldn't have had an answer, though. You know, like the plane that didn't have the tail number on it. Yeah, I'm aware of that. The plane that was apparently taken from a stock photo. An itinerary, which, by the way, itineraries or proof that it was booked.
Not proof that he actually went.
It's not the actual document you get proving that you were actually on the plane after the fact. It's just an itinerary. I can book a flight now and get an itinerary. And that itinerary seems to be Photoshopped. The fragment doesn't match the weapon. Thank you for the $5. The fragment doesn't match the weapon. Confirmed in the court docs. It's her only argument. Is horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. So Unique, thank you for the $10 super chat. Most convictions in 2026 are decided based upon circumstantial evidence. It is very rarely that direct evidence can be used in most criminal trials. Yeah. But like I was telling her, you have to understand, once again, if there's reason to be, because we're talking about a jury. What is it, 12 jurors? If one of them, from my understanding, if it works this way in Utah, correct me if I'm wrong, if one of them have reason to believe that there's reasonable doubt, it's over with.
Hung jury.
If the dude plays some role, convict him for the role he played. But if they're prosecuting this dude based on what we've seen, come on now.
It'll be a hung jury.
Come on, dude. And I'm trying not to get into the quote-unquote conspiracy theories. You all need a moderator for a proper debate. Yeah, somebody told me that before, and I normally, if people can behave,
Hung jury.
you know, those of us that can behave wouldn't need one, but she decided to come here and overtalk,
Right,
and she's already posted me on Twitter and tagged me.
Basically...
She says that I'm a lunatic. She's already tagging me. But people are going to come and actually watch the video, and they're going to be like, yeah, lady. Okay. Okay. She knows Eric is guilty. And I didn't even get to the whole Erica Kirk thing. We left that alone. Didi, please stop ordering your opponents.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday. As pretty much I'm sure all of you guys know at this point, at the end of the week, last week, going into the weekend, I was on Paramount Tactical. I was on the Paramount Tactical YouTube channel to have a discussion. Yes, a discussion, because that's what I do. I'm not a debater. I'm here to have discussions, which got tense and heated, and I would even say comical at times, with Gary Melton on his YouTube channel, as I said, Paramount Tactical. We talked for like 3.5 hours. I think the overall was, I think he even went on longer. It's like 6 hours on his channel. I trimmed off on my channel. We co-hosted the live, and then I trimmed off him answering all of his super chats afterwards. So it's about 3.5 hours on my channel there. But that's what I did. And then I had to split out for the weekend. I had some family stuff, and I went away. And and I didn't really have a chance to look at very much. I had a chance kind of to think about how everything went. But today and right now, it's really the first time that I've been able to comment on it. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through a few different moments, one of which contains pretty bombshell information about what Tyler Robinson's family thinks about all of this. And this happened in real time during the conversation with Gary. I'm going to take you through that. First, though, I want to make something crystal clear about my role and my contribution in all of this. I'm going to start here with what is basically my opening statement to this discussion. Ultimately, Gary and Andrew Wilson, in addition, who I discussed this also with last week, believe that there is overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson is guilty. And Gary asked me to tell him where I disagreed with him. And that's where we're going to start today. I'm Zach Costello.
Well, I guess taking it from the beginning, where do you think that you disagree with me on when it comes to the overall Charlie Kirk assassination?
Well, I think probably our fundamental disagreement with regard to the Charlie Kirk assassination would be your diagnosis
I wish
of...
Gary would bring Barron on his fucking show, man. He wouldn't. He don't dare to. He does not fucking dare to have Barron on his show. No way.
Candace 19 that you seem to have caught with regard to your perspective on what Candace Owens is doing. So I think that's probably where our fundamental disagreement is. I think ultimately that what Candace Owens is doing is valuable to
Me too.
the Charlie Kirk investigation. And I understand the other
too.
side thinks that what she is doing is evil, which
Demonic.
I do not think is fair,
She's
and
a
I do
demon,
not
and we're
agree
gonna lose
with.
the midterms.
And here's what I'll basically say. Ultimately,
Trump lost the midterms.
ultimately,
a
my
long
opinion
time ago
on the
for
Charlie
us.
Kirk assassination case is that there is enough evidence, I'm going to use that term, evidence, proving reasonable doubt that Tyler Robinson acted alone or even took the shot from the spot on the roof that the authorities are claiming that he did. And my coverage of the different arguments, leads, tips, reading of the charging documents, listening to the different statements and arguments made by people like Kash Patel, Governor Cox, Joe Kent recently, Candace Owens, who I mentioned, Gary Melton is one of those people, etc. And discerning those different theories is how I arrived at the perspective that I have, that there is reasonable doubt that Tyler Robinson did not act alone, or he was not the shooter at all. And I'm not jumping to any conclusion regarding the assassination. I simply am discerning the truth, and I'm considering what I believe to be solid points and arguments, and I'm talking about what I believe to be true. I understand that there have been some bad arguments. There have been some theories put forward that I myself have dismissed in my own mind. I understand there are theories out there that others have dismissed. But I mean, in addition to all this, I mean, I'll say that I think ultimately I am working backwards from a skepticism or a distrust of the state and federal authorities. My opinion is that their record of incompetence and dishonesty causes them to not be trusted. And therefore, I support a decentralized open source investigation into the Charlie Kirk assassination to ensure that public pressure is applied, bad actors are exposed, so that we can know the full truth about what happened to Charlie Kirk. And this doesn't end up like some JFK assassination case or conspiracy. So that right there, as I just laid out, is my position. That's my position. And I want to reiterate what I said there, that decentralized open source probe to ensure that we are being told the truth about what happened to Charlie Kirk. That is what I support, and that's what I believe in. I'm not attached to any specific conclusion. And I just want to know who all are responsible so that they are held accountable and that true justice is served. I've been asked and challenged, well, Zach, what is your end game? What's your end game? That Tyler Robinson gets off? It's like, no, my end game is simply that all responsible are found and convicted. That's it. I want nothing withheld from us. You guys have heard me say this. I don't know how many times. I want the truth regardless of the consequences, whoever it implicates. I don't care who it is. I just want whoever it is and all that they are to be found and convicted and guilty for true and whole and complete justice. And I believe that this open source inquiry and the discernment of alternative theories is needed to apply the required public pressure on the investigative authorities to be competent and honest, which they have proven not to be. They have not proven themselves to be competent and honest. And I cited examples like COVID, the lab leak theory, January 6th, the 2020 election, Butler, Pennsylvania. And the thing is, Gary agreed with me about these other conspiracy points. But it's like this time, though. Yes, this time it's different. This time we can believe the FBI. This time we can believe the authorities, you guys. And it's this, along with, as I mentioned there, Gary's terminal diagnosis of Candace 19. This is where we fundamentally disagree. But I was thinking about this over the weekend. Like, truly, after having these more difficult discussions with opponents, you would say, like, what's my role in this whole thing? And guys, I have always been a stupid thumbs up thing. I have always been an advocate for free speech. I am a free speech absolutist. And for those conducting research and investigating leads and evidence here as it relates to Charlie Kirk, I've been a defender of these individuals who are in good faith putting out research, putting out arguments, putting out different theories, putting out different evidence. And that applies to Candace Owens, Baron Coleman, Ian Carroll, Gary Melton, when he was doing it. He doesn't do that anymore. Now he just attacks and criticizes Candace, as I said to his face. Not like I'm talking about him behind his back. I literally said it to his face. Chris Martinson is another one. Blake Bednarz is a guy who's popped up, and I'll show you more from him in a second, etc. These are all different people, all different researchers, journalists, etc., who have been looking into this Charlie Kirk case. And I am in favor of all of them doing so. And I've commented on various investigators and arguments who have put forth the different arguments and theories regarding what happened to Charlie Kirk by all of these different individuals, each talking about all different things. And what I just cannot stand, because this is what drives me insane, and what I am completely against, is the shutdown, silencing, diagnosing, or labeling of any alternative argument or dissenter as some evil, lunatic conspiracy theorist who should not be allowed to talk. This is my biggest issue. And I have served this entire time as a commenter and defender of these individuals who I consider conducting an open source, free exchange investigation into what happened to Charlie Kirk. And it is so incredibly needed because of everything that we have been through. And why? Why? Because these are the ones, these are the types who were proven correct through all of those other examples that I just cited in our recent history. We think about during COVID, all of these individuals that came out, went on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan himself was crucified by the media mob, by the establishment for platforming guys like Dr. Peter McCullough or Dr. Robert Malone, for them coming out and speaking out against the mRNA vaccine or the official COVID narrative. Guys talking about the lab leak theory that turned out to be true. People talking about how it was a conspiracy theory that there were FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th. Guess what? That came out to be true. And all those people who said that the FBI was there, they were all labeled conspiracy theorists. The FBI told us that in Butler, Pennsylvania, Thomas Crooks, he didn't have an online footprint. Well, Tucker Carlson did an investigation. Tucker Carlson's investigative journalist is the one that found it, despite what the FBI told us. So, are we now just not supposed to? Now we're supposed to take the FBI's word for it? Now we're supposed to take the states and the authorities' word for it? Somebody asked me, well, why don't you just let Utah State or the Utah State Police handle this? And my response was, oh, are those the same bozos that were supposed to cover the roof at UVU that day? And this is my biggest thing with regard to now having conversations now with Gary Melton and Andrew Wilson, who are adamant that the state has provided the most rational explanation as to what happened that day. They believe, based on what the state has told us, that Tyler Robinson is guilty. And here's what it comes down to for me, guys. There is no one conclusion that I am glued to here. In fact, now after talking to these guys and after many of you reaching out to me and telling me some different arguments as to the different theories, I'm actually even more open-minded. I'm considering now more theories and other theories with regard to what happened to Charlie Kirk that day. But I'm certainly not glued to any one conclusion. I just simply want to know the truth, and I defend those looking into it in good faith.
The whole truth and nothing but the
And that's
truth.
important, because if you knowingly put out false information or you're seeking to mislead, then I cannot and I won't defend that. I'm not doing that. I'm not looking to defend anybody who's putting out knowingly false information. But pursuit of truth in good faith and free exchange of ideas and questions, I am going to defend, and that has been consistent from day one of this Charlie Kirk investigation. And I'm not going to shy away or be afraid of having these tough and difficult conversations. Guys, we're talking about Charlie Kirk. Like, that's exactly what he did. He embraced and he advocated for this that we're doing right here. Will talk to people that I tend to agree with. I will talk to allies. I will talk to people from our side versus their side. I don't care. I really don't care. These are discussions, and they can get heated. They can get tense. This whole argument on, oh, well, this is a debate. I don't, it's not a debate. Well, it's the frustrating thing about Andrew Wilson is he and I got into an exchange and it was considered a debate, maybe from his side, but we couldn't even get past the definitions of words. It turned into an argument about definitions of like the word decoy and other semantics. It's stupid. I saw someone in the comments say, when you're in a debate, you're looking to be right. You're just looking to be right. I don't care if I'm right. I just want the truth. I literally just want the truth. That's it. And guys, I come from the baseball world. Like the baseball world, you get in it, you get in at bat, you take a swing. Sometimes you crush it. Sometimes you swing and miss. Sometimes you strike out. You got to get up. You got to get back up there, get back up in your next at bat and have success. This is the way these things go. This is the way life goes. We're after the pursuit of truth. That's it. That's really all it comes down to. And having good and difficult conversations with people that don't agree. Like this is, I do this all. I enjoy doing it. I really do. But I just made it clear on who I'm going to defend. And now I want to show you some of these moments from this conversation or this discussion with Gary Melton and a few of these moments that got super frustrating. But I think what I did a very good and effective job of here was exposing the hypocrisy on their side, or at least the ones who claim that Tyler Robinson is guilty. Their side would be the ones who believe the state is telling us everything that we need to know and that Tyler Robinson is guilty. And they say that there is overwhelming evidence which states as such. And that just isn't the case. Did you guys know that the charging documents do not state one shred of evidence that Tyler Robinson was actually on the roof that day? No evidence has been presented to us proving that. And this is my frustration with those who say that Tyler Robinson is guilty, put him to death right now. They don't actually know this. They can't. They don't actually know that nothing in the charging documents put Tyler Robinson on the roof that day at UVU. They don't know. They don't know that. They'll then cite his own parents think that Tyler Robinson did it. And then this is where the bombshell was dropped in real time during the conversation, as I disagreed that his parents actually believe that, citing what the account Billy and Brandy found when they were at UVU. Take a listen to this part of the conversation. So this is Jack. How do you pronounce his last name? You can Posobiec.
Yeah.
Said, I have a question for the people who don't think killed Tyler Robinson. And he makes the challenge to talk to his parents. And then as Brandy and Billy says here, this is the tweet that I am referring to. We did ask them ourselves. Tyler Robinson's family does not think that he did this. And they said it to us face to face at the January 16th hearing. The narrative that you read online about his family turning him in is not true.
Okay.
We'll be continuing the rest of the hearings. So
it's not his parents.
Okay. But I guess I would say,
I mean,
we're both right though. But I would say we're both right because again, the narrative that you read online about his family turning him in is not true. So I think that point I made does hold.
Whoa. That's not a narrative online. That's a narrative, two things that was presented by two people. Number one, that narrative was presented
in the charging documents.
It's what's that?
That narrative is from the charging documents. I think is that
who else? You know who else confirmed that narrative?
Who else confirmed the narrative that his family turned him in?
Yes.
Who? Gonna say his
Candace
mother.
Owens.
Oh, Gary, no. I was hoping you weren't going to say that. I'm going to pause that right there. When he was about to say that, I was really hoping, don't say Candace. Don't say Candace Owens confirmed that Tyler Robinson's parents think he did it. Because that's just not true. And it's not, you guys. We all know, all of us here who have been paying attention to what Candace Owens is saying, we all know that Candace doesn't believe that Tyler Robinson's parents think that he did it. So as he was going, I was like, don't say Candace. Don't say Candace. And then he said Candace, and I was just like, oh, Gary. Gary, no. But okay. So what I was referring to there is that Jack Posobiec, I still don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Jack Posobiec challenged anybody to talk to Tyler Robinson's parents. That's what he's doing in that post on X. Brandy and Billy came out and said that they did. And that's where Tyler Robinson's family thinks that they do not think that he did it. But as we were discussing how Candace Owens does not believe that Robinson's parents think that he did it, we got a text message. We got a text message thread photo from Brandy herself communicating with Blake Bednarz, who was watching the stream, about her testimony from the family member. And then we bring that up here as a part of the conversation. And I want to show you that part. This is a direct text from Brandy herself explaining exactly what happened at UVU, or I'm sorry, in the courtroom that day with Tyler's family that was there. Take a listen. Oop. So this is a text message from Blake Bednarz, who's watching the stream. He's watching the stream here. And I don't know if Brandy and Billy are either, but this is the text message. And I don't know if you guys can read that, but ultimately the question that's being posed to them is, did y'all hear from Tyler Robinson's parents say that they don't believe Tyler did it? Or what was it exactly when y'all were sitting in the courtroom? Brandy responds and says, we were sitting in the courtroom. A family member briefly spoke to us and told us that only 2% of what you hear in the media is true about Tyler, and they don't think he was capable of doing something like this. And then the clarifying question, was that family member sitting with Tyler's parents? And Brandy responds with, yeah, but we can't reveal who it was for their privacy. And the response was, of course, just fair to assume the same belief is shared by all of those family members. And then the answer to that was, yeah, I would say so, according to what Brandy said there. That's the next message. Okay. So that is from Brandy herself describing who they were talking to. And she cannot disclose which exact family member that she was talking to, but there was a group of Tyler Robinson's family sitting there. And the whole point of this, I specifically said the parents, and Gary could get me on that point. However, the whole point, the whole general picture is that the family that was sitting there, which included Tyler Robinson's parents, do not believe in the narrative that we are being told. Okay. So that's what we can take. And the reason that is important is because that puts into doubt the charging documents, which is the only thing that we have regarding what the state has at this point. Could more evidence come out in trial? Yes. And we certainly hope that it does, because again, nothing in the charging documents puts Tyler Robinson specifically on that roof. If you guys actually read the charging documents, this is very important. The charging documents say that they have the video footage of that individual in black going up the roof, climbing over the fence, army crawling to the spot, and then it goes dark. There's no video of the actual shot taking place. And then they have the video that we've all seen of the individual running across the roof after. What proves from that video that that's Tyler Robinson? Well, I say nothing. What are they saying proves it is that they have the still shots from him walking up the stairwell, the individual dressed in black, who they claim is Tyler Robinson, based on the fact that his parents think that looks like him. And according to the charging documents, based on that photo that was provided, the mom and dad talk to each other. They say, oh, that looks like Tyler. Let's give him a call. And then the whole thing turns out where they get in touch with the local sheriff. They bring him in, blah, blah, blah. That is critically important, because what this whole situation does right here with these text messages that Brandy shared and their testimony from the courtroom in talking with Tyler's family that day, that puts into doubt the charging documents. That is relevant. It's simply relevant. And my whole freaking point with this whole thing is that there is reasonable doubt. You can be a reasonable person and doubt the narrative that we are being told about Tyler Robinson. That's it. That is it. Like, am I trying to get Tyler Robinson off? No. Tyler Robinson is guilty of doing something that day. I mean, he was there, right? Doing something. Does that prove that Tyler Robinson took the shot from that location? No. And then the last important, because I want to show you Brandy's statement. So Brandy saw this debate, and then she put a statement out on X, which I want to take you through, and I want to show you that. There is no DNA evidence of Tyler Robinson on that roof. The only piece of evidence that they say included that had Tyler Robinson's DNA on it was the screwdriver. The screwdriver is not a part of the charging documents, you guys. It's not. There is no piece of evidence that we have been presented with that puts Tyler Robinson and his DNA on that roof.
Why wouldn't that be
The
part of
only
the
two
charging
things
documents
the only two
that
things
has
that we have
DNA
been
on it?
told about it is the video of the individual in black that they say is Tyler Robinson.
Wow.
And then the alleged screwdriver, which is hearsay. That's hearsay. So again, the justification of there being reasonable doubt that Tyler Robinson was the individual on that roof is certainly reasonable. Reasonable. Okay. Now I want to bring up Brandy's statement because she put this out on X, I think probably during the debate while this was going on, and she wanted to clarify. Since there's a debate going on, that was the one that it's between me and Gary. Debate, conversation, discussion, whatever you want to call it. We got to be technical on our words here, guys. And you'll see why that's a joke here in a second with this next part that I have. But in any case, there's a debate going on about our conversation with Tyler's family. And I will let everyone know exactly what I share with Baron Coleman and Blake Bednarz. We've spoken directly to a family member of Tyler Robinson and a family member of Lance Twiggs. We sat right behind Tyler Robinson's family at the January 16th, February 3rd, and March 13th court hearing. One of Tyler Robinson's family members, we're not naming who, told us this. About 2% of what you hear in the media about Tyler is true, but his family refuses to talk to the press because everything gets misconstrued. They also said that Tyler is not capable of doing something like this. Okay. And then the last thing that it says here is, let me get to that part. Here we go. A family member of Lance, who has also spoken with Candace Owens, told us the story about Lance cooperating with the feds is not true. The feds surrounded the condo, detained him, and questioned him for hours. So he was not cooperating like the feds said. So that's saying right there that the narrative that Lance Twiggs cooperated with the feds is not true. He was not cooperating with the feds as they said. The woman who is a member of Lance's family that Brian Eaton interviewed is more like a distant relative who has met Lance a total of 3 times, and hasn't seen him in over a decade. Lance's family says they're very disappointed by the interview and believe it was done for attention. Lance's family does not believe that they were both, sorry guys, it's kind of far away. I'm reading it on the presentation screen. I probably could have made it bigger before I started reading it, but Lance's family does believe that they both were involved in some way, but they don't believe they knew what they were getting themselves into. They think Tyler and Lance have been told to do specific things that day, and that they might need Lance's cooperation for whatever case they are building. And right now, Lance won't speak to anyone in his family about the entire situation. I mean, look, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I mean, because what this puts into doubt is the charging documents, which is the only evidence that we have been given that shows that Tyler Robinson is the guilty party in this assassination against Charlie Kirk. That's it. That's it. So, and I'll repeat it again for maybe the 100th time. There is certainly reason to doubt the narrative that we are being told. Okay? Now, this is, first of all, I guess before I move on, I want to thank Brandy for the information that she was provided here based on my conversation there with Gary. That's great stuff. Brandy and Billy, we all follow each other on X, and I appreciate the work you guys are doing, and keep it up. I'll be paying attention to more of this as it continues to unfold, as the trial continues to unfold. But this is all good stuff. I mean, this is great. This is great reporting right here. And it's very important reporting in the pursuit of truth. And it holds the authorities accountable for telling us what the truth actually is. So thank you guys very much. And I'll thank Blake Bednarz too for watching the stream and for providing the information to help Gary and I out as we were going back and forth on this issue to find out what the truth about what that part of all of this is relating to Tyler's parents and what they think about this whole thing, which puts into doubt the charging documents. That's why this is important. Okay. Then,
All
and this is
right.
probably one of the moments where I got
gonna end
maybe
this
the
now.
most frustrated,
I'm done.
and made a comment that I felt like I was back talking to Andrew Wilson, where Andrew Wilson and we couldn't get past the definition of the word decoy. Like this is a very similar moment to that, except in this part of the conversation with Gary, I really feel like I got him here. I got him here, and this is where I feel like I exposed some pretty bad hypocrisy from the other side. I simply asked him to agree with me that Erica got caught lying about her dating history. And I want you to take a listen to how he answers this. Watch. Can I at least just, can you at least just clarify? I need to know this from you. I need to know this from you. When Erica Kirk on CBS with Barry Weiss responding to the young girl asking about dating in New York City, when Erica Kirk says, when I lived here for 5 years, and I'm paraphrasing, but in the 5 years leading up to Charlie, I did not date here, which people say she did not date in New York City because she was being the type of person not engaging in the New York City drinking scene. She said she did not drink during this time frame.
Okay.
When she says that, yet she also then goes on a 2018 show, Bravo, and is drinking at a New York City bar on a date with an individual, whether the fact that it's on a reality show or not, she is on a date in New York City drinking alcohol. Would you say that that is being honest to the girl that she is answering right there?
I would say that what you're trying to do, if
I'm not trying to do anything, I'm just asking you straight up if you think it's a lie or not. Because what I can't get to is just to get your side to admit like this as a reality at all. And it's extremely frustrating for me. Like just take this single point and just tell me, is that an honest answer to the question or not?
Okay,
Gary?
so first of all, hold on. If she is on a reality show and they happen to be drinking in that reality show, is that participating in the New York drinking scene?
She's
Now,
sipping from a straw and drinking alcohol down her throat. So
Okay.
she's literally drinking alcohol like that. Yes. Yes.
If you want to take, I'm going to give this to you. If you want to take it by the most literal sense and not her past perception of or understanding the perception of the question, it's like there's people that are part of a drinking scene that go out and drink every single night.
Yes.
And then if you say, hey, Gary, like I could even stop drinking. And like, hey, did you like most of my time in New York? I didn't participate in the drinking scene, didn't drink at all. But yeah, that's one time where I had a drink on a reality show for work. I guess I'm participating in the drinking scene, and everything I said is a lie. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not even a reasonable statement.
Okay. What
If
about
she's
the
saying, hey,
dating
I didn't
comment?
date in New York, was any of her boyfriends
How about that
from
one,
New York?
Gary?
The boyfriend or the date that she went on, yes, was in New York.
Okay.
I don't know the guy's name. Okay. So I'm making myself laugh listening to this again because I'm just asking him to admit, and this is after I explained to him exactly what happened. And this is what I'm referring to, guys. And then I'll get to the back half of what Gary ends up getting at. But this is what I'm referring to. I put this post up. It got the thread on this. I put up an original post, and then the thread on this got millions of views on X. But I said, for you Erica Kirk defenders claiming that she was only talking about New York City dating, explain to me, like I'm 5, the location of the Bravo 2018 season 3 of Summer House. I said, hint, it was a date on a New York City rooftop bar. And she even had drinks, which she said, excuse me, that she did not do. Okay. And then it goes into,
Anyway,
I'm
end of the
reposting
stream.
there. Erica Kirk blatantly lied about dating in the 5 years before
Good night.
Charlie Kirk.
Love you.
Can anyone so adamantly
Peace
defending
on earth.
Erica
We need it.
say
We really
why?
need it.
Like, we wouldn't have even cared if she dated leading up to Charlie. We care now because she lied about it. Then this says here, Erica Franzve publicly claimed that she did not date in the 5 years leading up to her meeting with Charlie Kirk. And then they say, and that's what I shared above, she was only talking about New York City. And then I literally cite the